And we're live. Welcome everyone to Holy Cow, episode 4 of the final pages. If you've been with us for this long, thanks. It's pretty awesome how fast we've been growing. We have all our players. Welcome. Thanks for joining. Bonjour. Bonjour. Ready check. Are we all ready?
Ready.
Ready.
All right, cool. As per the last episode, big shout out to default player Leon Le Lion, and Giggle Cheeks with the heart for our amazing recap. We're gonna do the recap and then we're gonna do this damn thing. We're gonna do it live. Stay tuned.
Previously on the final pages. Our intrepid adventurers journey deeper and deeper until their path is soon filled with mist. Camille and Hamish are set upon by hallucinations of vaguely elf-like blue people with gills. Their hallucinations offer fruit, carry supplies, and beckon those who can see them to venture farther into the mist. All the while, the remaining members of the group call for a retreat. Exploring the alternative paths, our ragtag band of heroes find webs. But surprisingly, they don't find spiders. What they find is way worse. To quote our friendly neighborhood bard, they were ambushed by zombie spider crab nightmare fuel. With the fewest screams possible, the audience watches on as our adventurers emerge victorious. After untangling themselves from the webbing, they venture into a room with self-lighting torches. Using a clever bit of illusion, the party solves a star puzzle. As a reward, they discover a ledger, a risque portrait, and a map. Then, nothing else happens. That is, if you consider harassing an elderly blind stone giant as nothing. The aforementioned giant sightlessly uses a chisel to sculpt an image of a face on a cave wall. The heroes deduce that the hammering must be the cause of the earthquakes. Using the same illusion magic from the previous room, Robin successfully stops the work. But at what cost? What cost, Robin? Thankfully, Mercy heals the now injured stonemason. Unfortunately, her healing power isn't enough to mend the psychological scars. Now, back to the show.
Bravo. Holy moly.
Oh my gosh.
It's so epic. It's so epic.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. I'm so excited. I'm so excited because after 3 episodes, we finally get to level up, boys and girls. So
let's go.
Level 2.
On the previous session, one of the things that we did not do is we didn't really specify where you were going to find sleep. So that's my first question. Where are you all sleeping? Robin, you go first.
I would sleep in the town.
Good.
Good answer. Good
Yeah.
answer.
Okay.
This is a trap.
It's up there, Steve. It's up there.
Okay. All right. That's, you know what? That's fair. That's fair. I'm just going to leave it as town. Hamish,
Yeah.
where are you sleeping?
I am gonna sleep with Savvy.
Okay. And Savvy,
Whoa.
where...
Okay, but where are you guys?
Yeah, you're not answering the questions. This is really difficult. It's not a puzzle, guys. I just want to know where you fell asleep.
I wanted to let her decide.
Everything
That's
is
all.
a puzzle.
I don't trust it. I roll initiative.
Insight. Savvy, where are you
I don't
resting?
believe them. I'm thinking Special Bear.
Okay, you're at the Special Bear. Camille,
I was also thinking the Special Bear.
Special Bear. Merci.
I believe I have a room at the Special Bear,
You
or
do.
I have a room at the handy the shop.
Yeah,
One of them.
the handy shop.
Yep, that's what it's called now.
Ye old candy
It's
shop.
now canon. Ye old handy shop.
You know what? It's canon. It
And
was
what-
called the Stones Throw trade store, but you know what? I'm just gonna call it the handy shop.
Handy shop.
You rewrote history. Well done.
He's-
It is still
Well
Gamal.
done.
There's literally some weird hands just all over the walls.
The thing I
No.
love
No one-
most
no
about
one asks
role-playing games
questions.
is our ability to influence the world around us.
Yes.
It's really beautiful.
Yes.
Are the hands like fantasy Legend of Zelda hands?
Yeah.
Ah!
Just come from
Okay.
from above and they grab you. What?
Yeah. Okay. Well, for the most part, your nights are pretty uneventful. At the special bear, you are going to run into Leedy. He's the old bow-legged dwarf patron owner of the special bear, and he'll see you. And it's pretty late by the time you guys get back, and he'll just say, "Oi, left some mutton chop and some bread on the counter. Feel free, but clean up after yourselves." As he sees Savvy, Hamish, and Mercy. Camille, did you say you're going to the special bear?
Yeah.
Yeah, the four of you. I don't know why Robin's off on his own, but
I'll come with.
no, you're not allowed. He locks the door. It's not 24 hours, sir. It's not a hotel. And you,
Robin knocks on the door. Okay, bye.
Fantasy, okay, bye.
Fine, Robin. Rewind. You're with them. You happy?
I did it.
You did
He's
it.
never happy.
Camille, Ufar, who is the wife and the cook and runs this inn more than Leedy, kind of bonks you on the shoulder with her ladle, and she says, "Young man, I'm preparing the everlasting stew, and you know how it goes." And she hands you the ladle. "You look rather chipper. Do you mind helping me out?" And she kind of leads you into the kitchen area where you have worked since you've been here.
Just be grumbling like, yeah, all right. I mean, I can help, but my shoulder, Ulfar. I mean, you know.
I will beat it out of you. Don't worry about it. Just go. And she kind of she pokes you a little bit to get you into the kitchen, and you'll smell that really nasty smell. And they have this menu item called the Everlasting Stew, and it basically is a pot that never turns off of cooking. They just dump stuff in it, and anyone can eat from it at any time. And this stew's been cooking for at least 50 years, and it never ends. And it's your job to stir all the grit off the bottom of it to mix into the stew. And it's not new to you, but you just happen to walk in at the right time. So as everyone's going to bed, you're going to spend at least the next 45 minutes stirring this. She's going to hang her apron up on the wall, and she's going to say, "Okay, good night, young man." And then she's going to go up to her own room. Behind the kitchen, there's a door back there, and she goes to sleep. You basically have the whole kitchen and inn to yourself, as everyone is either in the rooms or has been kicked out for the night.
I'm stirring. Gosh, this is gross.
And stir you do. Now, Savvy and Hamish, Savvy, I understand you don't have to sleep, but does Savvy sleep often or for long periods of time?
No.
What does she
I mean,
do?
Again, I mean, well, functionally, then I think it's just a good reminder. Like, she doesn't need to sleep, so why would she? That doesn't really serve much purpose. The way that I said I would think that she would approach this would be a more meditative state that is kind of a holdover from her youth. I mean, it's less of a sleep and more of a reflection on how things have been. I like to think of Savvy as analytical in nature, and as she revisits the events that had gone on over the previous 24 hours or so, I think there is a lot that happened, to the end that it's worthwhile to ask both what could have been done differently and in what ways could I have more greatly affected circumstances.
Okay. Tonight's different.
Okay.
And here's what happens. And I'm gonna give you guys the microphone in a second. But as you walk into the room, the candle's lit. You see that it's a single bed. And you and Hamish walk in, the door closes. The room kind of has a slight spin to it, almost like you've had one too many. You feel fatigued, and you feel like going into your trance is gonna be harder than normal. And as you're looking down at your gear and you're looking at your boots as you sit on the edge of the bed, your fingernails kind of begin to pulsate, almost like they have their own heartbeats in them, and your hands get a little bit tingly. And it kind of goes away as you sit for a minute. But what are you and Hamish doing, as you two are the only ones sleeping in the same room?
Well,
What did we even find down there?
what do you mean?
What? What do you mean? What do I mean? Mushrooms in a cave that were taller than you and I. Well, a lot of things are taller than you. That were taller than me.
Well, I suppose what I meant to say was what exactly did where you already found what part stood out more? Because you're right,
Yeah,
it wasn't normal down there.
you and Camille both saw. You say you saw people that nobody else saw, that nobody else heard.
Hey,
Camille bit into fruit that someone that wasn't there gave him.
it was strange. It was like they were there. It really was. I could see him, and I could smell him. I could smell the fragrance of the food, but I couldn't. It was too different. It was too disconnected. I wanted to be a part of it, you know.
Which is concerning, Hamish. Why would that be there? Why would something or someone that would put something in your path that would draw you into it?
Look, I don't know if you know this, but I'm not really a proper adventurer.
What does that even mean?
Well, you heard the stories, right? You've heard stories of people going out and finding the riches. There was one, Robin of the Hood. He was somebody I really admired in the stories, and he would go out and fight monsters and protect towns, but not him. I want to try to be, but I'm not him yet, so I don't know why anybody would put such a thing in my path. So I could only assume it's for Camille, or for you, or for Mercy. I don't imagine it's for Robin.
I think that you're asking the wrong question. It's not about who is it for, it's why is it there. It's less likely that it's for someone and more that it was just meant to be there. The same question goes for the other. There was a room down there.
Are you saying that a person didn't put that there? That it was just there to begin with?
Not for you. Why would it be there for you? Why would it be there for Camille? Why would it be there for anyone? It's not there for a person, it just is. Which is why I say that Hamish, you have to be careful. When you see something that no one else can see, when you hear things that no one else can hear, you can choose to investigate that. But in doing so, don't you think that that could put you at risk? Do those stories that you read, do they ever really involve true danger to the hero?
Well, yeah, I mean, of course they do.
But you know they're always going to be all right. Because they're the hero. We're not the heroes, Hamish. We're just people.
I'm sorry. I can tell that I've been unbelievably selfish, and been focusing on myself a lot lately. I could see why you were so upset, and I put you at risk down there, and Mercy and Robin.
Hamish, it isn't anger.
No,
It's not frustration.
But you're right. I'm not a hero, and I shouldn't expect that things were put there for myself. Some things simply are. You're right.
I'll tell you this. When we were out at sea, and we would stumble upon a prize, that prize wasn't put there for us, but it was something we stumbled upon. We had a choice at that point how we would choose to engage. You can choose how to engage with a circumstance, but don't think that it was there for you. Because if you believe that it was there for you, think that that leads you to believe that you'll be all right.
And you might be tempted to open up a lid.
That confidence can be good. It can also bite. And sometimes you don't really know what you're putting your hand on.
I understand. If you see me being stupid in the future, I would appreciate you letting me know.
Deal.
I'm not gonna watch you do stupid things and say nothing. That's not. Just because I don't think that we're heroes doesn't mean that I think we're meant to die. That's not what this is about.
Absolutely. I appreciate you. Can I ask you a question? You mentioned the ocean. What's it like?
Wonderful. There's something about it that it's hard to believe. You've never seen it before, right?
No. The biggest body of water I've ever seen was a lake south of here. I believe if you follow this river, actually, it'll take you there. But
Well,
yeah, I don't know. I've never seen an ocean, a body of water so big that it boggles the mind. Never seen that.
not how big it is that really captures your mind. It's the understanding that there's so much around you, so much beneath you, and you don't understand any of it. You realize that there's so much more than what you've thought. There's so much beyond what you see. And it helps you understand that the world's a lot bigger of a place than you think it is.
As someone who's small, I can believe that. But I don't think I have any desire to go and see the ocean anytime soon.
Yeah,
You talk about the things beneath. Just sounds terrifying.
you get used to it. We should get some sleep.
Agreed.
Camille, you've been stirring this pot and you're kind of sweating over it. And eventually you scrape the bottom a few times and you realize you're not hitting any chunks. Everything is now floating in the stew and nothing's going to burn. Add another day to this 50-year-old stew. You make your way upstairs to your bedroom. Is there anything else anyone wants to do this evening before you rest?
I'll have some of that stew.
Testing it.
You're welcome to go down and interact with
We're not
with
the heroes.
with Camille as he's stirring.
I'll walk up and do that thing. I'm patting my round belly. Oh, smells like good stew.
It doesn't.
Sure smells like something.
I'll scoop up a bowl. And I'll start eating, and I'm just happy. It tastes delicious. I love it. I don't care. I don't care how it tastes.
It tastes
I love it.
like 2 bowls for 1 copper kind of stew.
Yeah.
Unlimited refills, right?
Robin is frugal.
Okay.
Nothing tastes better than a good deal.
Yeah. You won't mark that off because you're with the staff and they're hooking you up.
Well, he probably tried to pay with a button anyway, so.
Right.
Did he succeed?
Don't toss a button in the stew. Someone will choke on it. That's dangerous.
Camille has to Heimlich maneuver as I choke on a button.
So you all find your rest this evening. Robin with the full belly. Good luck with the acid reflux. Camille, you find sleep fast. You all do, considering you survived meeting a giant, a literal stone giant, and you're alive to tell the tale. And you're all kind of coming down from the shock of it. And it's kind of weird that not a mere few hours ago, you were face to face with this thing. It almost killed Hamish. It could have flattened Hikaru. It almost killed itself with the magic. Sorry, not Hikaru. Mercy. Who's Hikaru? And then you crash. But then your eyes are opened. And what you hear is piano music. And it sounds delightful. It sounds symphonic and beautiful and professional. And as you look around when you are awoken by this sound, you're no longer in the special bear. You are inside of a mansion. And you can hear the footsteps of polished footsteps. And a man walks up to you. And he is wearing a 3-piece suit with the long penguin tail. And he has a platter in his hand with little hors d'oeuvres on it. And he looks and says, "Well, stop moseying about. This is for you." And he hands it to you. "Go tend to the guests. If anything goes wrong with this gala, they'll have our heads for this. I've wanted this job for so long. And now that you're here, you're with me. Take it." And he shoves this platter into your face. What do you do?
I'll just, wherever he gestured, I think Camille doesn't. He was given an order. He's stuck in the moment, so he's just gonna run off in the direction that he gestured to.
And the strange thing about this is you are lucid, as in you know that you are Camille, and you know that you are sleeping in a bed in the special bear in Bear Spire, yet you follow. As you're walking towards these giant wooden doors, you are going to hear something off in the distance, and as you turn, you're going to see there are 2 cloaked figures. One of them is rather large, kind of green-skinned, and you see he has 2 daggers out, and he is currently running up the stairwell. The red carpet that's just beautiful that runs up the stairs masks his footsteps, but even without the carpet, you'd imagine you couldn't hear a thing, but yet your senses pick up on it, and you find yourself alone walking towards the 2 big doors when you see them to your right running up the stairs.
I will run after them up the stairs, shouting, "Can I interest you gentlemen in some horse divorce?"
Okay.
Perfect.
Just full sprint after them,
Okay.
trying to keep the tray level. Just
Okay. As you run up, one of them will stop. And as he stops, it's the greenish one, and you see he pulls his hood down, and he looks at you, and then he looks past you, he looks around, you follow his gaze, and you can see that you're alone in this big, huge mansion corridor. And he walks up to you, and it's a half orc, and he's got bright green eyes, and he just kind of steps down, and he reaches up and grabs one of the horde dwarves that he just asked, and he eats it. And then you're going to feel the pressure, the same pressure you felt on the beach. And as you look down, there is a dagger in your sternum. And he looks at you and smiles, and he tips the tray, and the lights start to go out. And as they start to go out, you see a door open at the top of the stairs. And the other cloaked figure is running out, and he is holding a little girl's hand, and he's pulling her through the hallway and down the stairs. And as he runs past you, he kind of laughs and says, "Well, I guess that's the only action we're going to see tonight. I found something. I think the boss is going to like this one. Come on." And as you look, you see there's this girl, and she looks like a porcelain doll. And she vanishes down the stairs. As the lights go out, you begin to fall backwards. And as you look down at your stomach, it's covered in blood. And you see this weird happening that has happened to you before. It happened with your arm. You see it start to kind of close itself up. And then you wake up, and you are coughing and choking, and there's something stuck in your throat that's tickling your tongue, and it's causing you to gag. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. Put it down, Giggles. Put it down.
I do just want to
dying of
note as
thirst
well.
over here.
I do just want to note as well, when he gets stabbed and starts falling back, he kind of sputters, "So they work to your liking?"
Yes. They were not to your liking. All right.
Oh my goodness.
A 16. You rolled a 16 last time I asked you to roll a save. Good job. Okay.
Loaded dice.
Love to see it.
You wake up and
gave me loaded dice.
you reach for your tongue, and you find a hair, and you begin to pull the hair out, and it turns into a hairball. And as you pull it out and it falls into your hand, it is bright blue hair. And you have no idea, or rather you may, what that vision was. And then you kind of feel the pain in your stomach, and it just kind of dawns on you, or rests heavy on you for the rest of the night as you try to find sleep, that you've experienced someone else's vision, someone else's final visions before they die.
It's all very... It's a lot for him to process. As far as the hair goes, I think he kind of mutters, he like coughs up the hair and is like, "Must have gotten Mercy's old room or something."
Yeah, you were eating her pillow. Giggles,
Mm-hmm.
you have a dream, and it's not something that you have lots of, because with elves, you don't really sleep. Not that you're not a visionary, and not that you can daydream, or not that you can meditate and find answers out in the universe. But as sleep crushed you from the stress of the day, you have a vision that you get up and you see Hamish lying next to you, and very stealth-like, not that you have to be with Hamish, you get out of bed and you open the door, you go downstairs, and you find yourself leaving the special bear. and you have your blade on your hip, and you are walking through fresh grass, and you're not wearing your boots, you're barefooted. And as you're walking, you find yourself crossing the main road of the center of town, and you make your way to the church. Now, this church, you know it as the Church of Creation. You've never stepped foot in there. You never really felt the reason to, I imagine. What's really cool about the Special Bear is the priest of the Special Bear is a mountain of a man. His name is Gaff, and he is a Goliath.
I see what you mountain.
Yeah, thank you.
I got it. Let's see it.
Every
I
day
understood.
at 11 a.m., an hour before noon, rather than ringing a bell like most churches do, Gaff rings an anvil. There is a giant anvil outside of the church, and he brings a hammer down to it, and it makes a distinct sound. And that's how he rings in that it's time for the church service to begin. And although he is a very, very large Goliath, he's very friendly, he's jovial, he's very calm in nature. And yet you walk towards this church, and it is probably 3 o'clock in the morning at this point. The moon is out. And as you're walking towards it, you go all the way to the doors. And the church itself is locked. There's a garden there, and there's a torch that's lit. And just outside of the garden, there's a font. And this font is just, for lack of a better term, just pulling you towards it. What do you do?
So as she's been moving through this, is she, like, I know you've said that she's not necessarily asleep, and that's also not something she would normally do, but is there a semblance that this is something that's actually happening, or is this more in the eye of her mind?
Right now, it's eye of your mind.
Does she have a distinction of that? Okay.
Yeah, eye of your mind. As you approach the scene, the font is turned off. There's usually a spouting water faucet, if you will, but the water is full. The font is full.
Yeah, okay. Why not? Why not? Let's see what the font is doing.
Okay. As you walk up to the font, you'll see that it's currently placid and calm. But as you stand there, the font itself, the water, turns red. Blood red. A thick, viscous blood red. And as it does turn red, it's the first electrifying shock of, I'm dreaming. This isn't real. And as the blood in this font from the water starts to shake and ripple, it starts to fill, and eventually it starts to overflow and just starts dripping close to your feet from where you stand.
I mean, I think that should be. It's happening. I think at a speed that sounds like she could react to that.
She could.
So I'm just gonna have her, step back from it suddenly, abruptly. But I don't. She doesn't need to draw her sword or anything, I wouldn't imagine.
Okay.
Is there anybody else around?
Make a perception check.
Okay. Is there anybody else around? Is there?
23.
There is now.
Is there?
Okay.
I'm looking with my special eyes. I need to see.
Yeah, and it takes a special eye like that, holy cow, to see that yes, you are being watched, and you are being watched by someone or something that you have not met, you don't recognize. It is another elf. And this elf is pale-skinned, bright yellow eyes, whitish gray hair, and very tall and very slender. And she is currently perched on top of the church, which is about 2.5, 3 stories tall, almost like a gargoyle. And she is watching you.
Tell me then if this sounds plausible. The way that I kind of see this is that based on the orientation of the garden and the font, I would see Savvy kind of backing up in reaction to seeing this font overflow. And as she does, kind of suddenly taking a step back and almost turning, right? And something catching her eye. Perhaps a glint off of something or something that would call her attention visually to, because naturally she wouldn't be searching, and I don't think that she is here. I think that again it's more something that would passively catch her attention in the moment.
Okay. And
so
go ahead.
I was going to say, so if you're good with that, my thought process though is that Savvy wouldn't immediately make it apparent. Again, at least my desire would be that it is not apparent that she knows that she's being observed.
Right
off the bat.
Okay. So you're subtle with it. You don't react too much. Then your elf instincts start to kick in, and you wake up. You snap out of it. You realize that this is a dream. And as you wake up, you are actually standing where you were dreaming. You are standing in front of the church of creation. The anvil lies there. The mallet itself is not there. The doors are locked. The drive to go inside is still very strong. The water itself is not overflowing with blood. It is now just clear water. And as you look around and very subtly look up, she's not there either. You find yourself, not only were you sleeping, but you were sleepwalking.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think at that point, she would want to actively search the area to see if there is, well, first off, if there is the sign of anybody else at that point. This is, I think, unsettling enough that she would try to have an awareness of what's going on around her.
Okay.
So I can see that being pretty reasonable, that in the moment she would just be looking around.
Okay. So you look around. I won't make you roll again because that was an amazing roll. But as you look around again, she's not there. No one's there. All the lights are off. All the doors are locked. Eventually the urge to go inside subsides, and you just feel rather cold as you are barefooted out here. The coast is clear. There's no one here.
And you said the door to the church is locked?
It is, yeah.
She would go up and try the door before she leaves, to see if, basically, she would try to get in. If it's locked, again, that's fine.
Yeah.
But I do think that she would try the door.
Okay.
More out of curiosity than anything.
Yeah.
But after that, I think that finding it locked, she would leave.
Okay. And you do. You lift the big ring to pull or push, and it is indeed locked. And as you leave, are you heading back to the inn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Out of character. Hamish, what the heck? You were in the same room. How'd they get out?
I was asleep. I don't know what you're talking about.
Damn. All right. Hamish is not allowed to take watches.
Okay.
Dwarves sleep hard and they sleep well.
Amen.
Nice. I see.
The rest of you have a peaceful evening. You all are rested, and congratulations, you're all level 2.
Yay!
The next morning.
My dream is pretty wild.
Yeah,
it was all that. It was all that heartburn from the soup.
Ooh, been
I
there.
told you not to. I told him not to eat
The,
it.
the memories of 50 years of disappointment.
Wow, I'm not gonna touch that one. Not going there.
Damn.
Nobody will.
Okay, good morning, everybody. You wake up to the smells and sounds of stew for breakfast, and I'm sure it's amazing.
Can we tell if it's the stew, or is it like a different stew?
It is the stew.
It's always the stew.
It's always the stew.
Just gonna have some bread.
Yeah, you all make your way downtown and downstairs.
Walking
And
fast.
Walking fast.
the only person
Yeah.
walking fast.
Fantasy walking fast.
Yep.
Fantasy.
And you're welcome to kind of move your tokens around, but you're able to have breakfast. And what are you guys doing this morning?
So, at the end of last session, you mentioned that we would be able to find somebody when we went and asked everyone kind of covertly about who speaks giant. Would that happen before we went to sleep, or would that happen today?
That would happen
As like,
that would happen today.
cool.
Okay.
Let me sorry, I think I misspoke. Autocorrect. I would like to go find somebody who speaks giant.
Okay, how do you do that?
I'm gonna walk up to the bartender,
Okay,
and
that's
it's
Ufar.
Leary,
or
right?
Leedy. That's Leedy. Liri, but pronounced Leedy.
Hey, Leary. I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about the languages you speak. I don't know you very well. What I speak common. What do you speak?
Well, obviously, I speak common. And I speak commoner.
Okay, yeah.
He slides you a cup of ale. That one's not on the house.
And you're speaking my language as I pick up the ale. Get it?
I also
'Cause-
speak. Yeah, I get it. I'm not gonna. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna humor that. I also speak Dwarvish.
Yeah. And so we're just moving down the alphabet. We did C for common and D for dwarvish. What about G? Let's jump to G. What languages do you know that start with G?
I speak Gigan as well.
Oh, never mind. Have a good day. Just walk away.
Are you gonna-
I stop right and I turn around. Do you know anyone who speaks any cool languages?
I don't know.
Unique for these parts?
Did another rock fall on your head? I don't know what you're speaking of. What do
Languages, actually.
you? No.
No one speaks any cool languages or
I mean-
unique. Maybe starting with G. Just to narrow it down, button collecting didn't work out for me, so I'm trying to pick up a new language.
He's learning to speak a different language with each letter of the alphabet.
Hamish,
And now he's on to G.
get him away from me, please. I'm trying to
I'm
work
sorry.
here.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
As we're walking away, I leaned down to Hamish and was like, "Didn't have to pay for this one. Not on the house."
Yes, you do have to pay for that one.
Oh, Leary, I forgot you have such good ears.
Yeah. Most dwarves do.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
he's right. Most of us do.
Robin, you've lived here long enough in Bearspire. I trust you. You're a young man with a good heart of gold. I imagine you never do anything to upset or torture or anything like that. So, you know what? We'll create a tab for you. How's that?
That sounds great. That sounds wonderful.
Good.
Yeah. Put it on my tab.
All right. How else do you all go about trying to research who here speaks the G word?
I
I'm
really
gonna
thought that would work.
I'm gonna go up and be like, what I meant to ask is there anybody in the town that speaks a language that starts with G?
What an
Perhaps
odd way
Gnomish,
to ask.
Gnomish, a giant, or something like that.
Yeah. No, Gaff does.
Do I know Gaff?
Everyone knows Gaff. Gaff's the man.
All right. Well, I appreciate you taking the time. He just has to. He's learning different languages, and we told him we'd help him out. So I'll be going back to my team. And here's the coin for his drink.
Well, thank you. And you got a couple hours before mass starts, but yeah, go see Gaff.
Hey, thank you, sir.
Is that it?
Do you also have some bread? Something that's not stew?
Of course. What do you think you dip in this stew? A nice fresh
Well,
baguette.
Well, I'll take that. Not the stew, but I'll take the baguette.
Hey,
Maybe
carbs are
some
carbs.
bacon.
Protein's protein. Sure.
Yeah, do you have cheese?
Yeah, we have cheese. We have it all.
All right, can you cut the baguette in half? I put the cheese down and then the bacon.
We don't have bacon.
At least.
Listen, we'll have bacon considering what happened up at the Borealis Ranch.
Do you have ham?
We have ham, yes.
Right, I'll take some ham. I'll take some ham and cheese sandwich.
A ham and cheese sandwich. I've never heard of that one. All right. And
I
he
just
walked.
think the flavors would be good. And I walk back to my table.
That's an odd request, but okay, sure. To each their own. And eventually he goes back into the back and he does come out with a ham and cheese sandwich. And it's all in the sandwich. Congratulations, you invented it in this world.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
We did it.
Yeah.
We renamed the
We did it.
shop. We invented a sandwich. What will we do next?
What
The next-
will
the
we
next
do
time is when we
next?
lose.
Ham
Tune in next week.
and cheese,
Adventures of ham and cheese.
says Soren. Okay.
Da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
I would like to nudge him and I'd be like, look at you go. You're a true adventurer, detective, and all that stuff, you know? You solved the mystery. Look, good work, bud.
Yeah, he says it's Gaff. Gaff, that's who we want to talk to. As I uncomfortably eat my sandwich, it's Robin is praising me.
I was trying my darndest to figure it out, but you swooped in, figured it out in seconds. Look at you go.
Okay. You have your intel. You have your brekkie. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about before you leave the inn or go wherever you want to go?
Are we able to have like a private conversation, or are there too many people? Like, will people overhear and stuff?
You can have your private conversation. You do see that there is a couple people here. But yeah, if you want to either go back up to your room and you know, hang out there or go outside, you can definitely find a place to be alone.
As soon as we're alone, I'll bring up the situation under the ground. Thoughts?
I take another bite of my sandwich and
Needs mustard.
and then I say, well, I think getting somebody that can speak its language, perhaps Gaff, it was unclear if he speaks Gnomish or Giant. But let's talk to him and see what we can do.
That makes sense. Also, last night I started making things and thought they would help. And Mercy takes out 2 pairs of goggles, using her. Now that we're level 2,
Yeah.
using my infuse item ability,
Okay.
and I will replicate magic item
All right.
goggles of night.
Ooh.
And
Where'd you get
I
the lenses
hand-
from?
Shit.
Oh, no, I'm just asking. Like, it's cool.
I assume I have since I have both Tinkerer's tools and
Yeah.
The mushrooms.
She
The
stole
mushrooms.
she stole 2 glasses from the tavern.
Okay.
Just picked him up as she's walking out.
So who are you giving these goggles to?
she gives one to Robin.
Doesn't need it.
Why would Robin not need goggles?
Mercy.
He's human.
Oh.
But wow. Well, that's kind of funny. That actually answers a great question here. So,
Well, how about
why doesn't Robin need goggles? Wait,
I've been thinking about
Wait.
this. I've been thinking
Gig-
about this.
Giggles and
I've been trying to-
Hikadu, did you script this?
No.
I've been
No, I
thinking
didn't.
about this. I've been thinking about this. Oh, Mercy, these are just the greatest. They're so nice and good quality. I love them. You know, I can kind of see pretty good in the dark. My great-great-grandma on my father's side was actually a half-elf, so pretty good eyesight in the dark. But I like them, and I put them on my forehead. Look, we're twinners.
I mean, if you don't need them, I'll wear them. It's not that big of a deal.
Well, I really appreciate the effort you put into them, and I think they look really stylish. But you can have them back. But I'd be happy to wear these.
I can just make you a regular pair of goggles if you want a pair of goggles. It's not that big of a deal.
You do that for me?
Yeah.
I'd love that.
I mean, eye safety
And I
is
ha-
very important.
I hand back the goggles of night vision. I look forward to them. Thanks.
Okay.
Robin is
give-
too pure.
I give the other pair to Cam.
Okay.
Oh, well, why, thank you, Mercy. You know, it's a second fiddle ain't third. That's what my mom used to say. So,
The Southern comes
There-
out every episode just further and deeper. We're losing Leon. We're losing him.
I also made yours fog proof so that they don't get all covered in mist and stuff. Like if you start walking into fog randomly and eat random fruits that you shouldn't.
oh, that'll be really and I'll kind of look over at Robin and Savvy. I won't need that feature, but thank you.
It's probably best to wear them anyway, just in case.
Activate
Everything
like,
is
night
now.
vision
You look
goggles.
Everything
so
is
cool.
really bright.
Yeah. You're not blinded for
The
1
Tom
minute.
Clancy night
I
vision
don't think
sound.
I don't recommend wearing those during the day.
Noted.
Give him a fantasy lightsaber and see what he does with it first. Immediately kills himself.
Does this thing work?
All right.
I don't want anyone clipping just this motion that
I-
Leon and I did.
I immediately
At
switched
the
scenes.
same time.
I immediately
At
switched
the
scenes.
same time.
Yeah.
you,
yeah.
you and me,
For
man.
free?
God.
I will go back and clip this later.
Yeah, good one. Yeah. Okay. So you have cool goggles. Anything else you want to do this morning? Oh, you're still talking privately. Sorry.
Yeah, let's go see if Gaff the Goliath speaks Gnomish. If he doesn't and speaks Giant, then let's see if he'd be willing to help us out. Maybe he could be a translator.
I should hope he speaks giant. It would be a shame if he actually spoke Gnomish.
It'd be terribly inconvenient for sure.
We're gonna go to Gav.
Yep.
Okay. And then you guys make your way uptown to the church. Now, the Church of Creation, it really is a symbol of just how wealthy Bearspire is. And a big reason for that is this valley is rich itself. You have the dwarves of Stodia Hall that bring all of their weapons and their ore and their jewels and fine stone down to Strathmore, which then goes down to Vibrigia, the largest port on this side of the continent. And those who want to retire or those who want an easy life come here. And this church gets plenty of its tithes from a very wealthy town. And you'll even see that the church itself doesn't quite fit on the lot that they planned for it. It is that beautiful. Now, as you get to that church, you will see outside that there are a couple of people that are ready to come in. And you could see that font, specifically you, Savvy, that font, it's pink. The stone behind it. Make a religion check, those who choose to.
Well, I'm all about religion. Let's do this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
We're a religious folk.
We know what we're doing.
We didn't even know what time mass started.
It starts at 11. I gave you a hint.
There you go.
Thanks, Mercy.
Okay.
Mercy saving the day again.
Thanks,
I
Mercy.
was like, hey, I'm just gonna roll it, see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
22.
Okay, so with the 22, you everyone rolled so poorly. You'll know that the Church of Creation, it actually follows what is known to the world as one of the 5 pillars. Under each pillar is a slew of deities, and there are 5 pillars and hundreds, if not thousands, of deities underneath them, and each one always tracks back to one of the pillars. The Church of Creation, what makes this one unique is that there's not any specific god. It is a direct line to that pillar, and that's what makes it unique. Also, what makes it unique is the fact that Gaff, the Goliath, runs this place. But the pink that you see on the tiles and on the back of that stone, what that represents to you or to the people is this is what is the color of that pillar, and is very feminine in nature. And you will find that as the priests and even the paladins that worship the gods under this pillar will don beautiful magenta, pink, and light colors on their armor and on their tabards. It's a beautiful church, and the doors are open.
I really like pink.
Church, everybody.
I think we're a little bit early for mass, but
Yeah, we want to be early for mass because Gath would be busy if it was mass time.
yeah,
Any
well,
of you religious folk?
I
No. I just read a lot of books.
Are you saying you
Yes.
don't follow a religion?
No.
I'm gonna have Savvy wash her hands in the basin. I'm
Okay.
gonna hope that's not sacrilege. It seems like the right thing to do.
It's not sacrilege, but Mercy, with that 22, you would know that this specific church does not like to waste water. So any water that's not being used is always recycled. And there is a reason why there is a garden so close to this fountain. So cleaning yourself, washing your face, your hair, your hands is totally fine. Just don't waste water.
The whole thing is about not wasting water.
What the DM said.
Yeah.
Well,
So she washes her hands, and then that looks like that's but a 5-foot distance away or so.
Yeah.
So it's a sidestep and then
Yeah, yeah. That's actually exactly right. One religion point for you. You did it
you're gonna
right.
collect them like Pokemon.
Yes.
Fantasy Pokemon.
Fantasy Pokemon. Okay. As you look down this hallway, Hamish, you'll see that there is a person there, and it is a woman, and she's currently, she's has her hair braided. She's appears to be a half elf. She's wearing browns and tan leathers, and you see that there is a beautiful, tiny little tree inside of a flower pot, and the tree itself looks fully grown, but miniature. It is what us real worlders call a bonsai tree. And this is the first time Hamish has ever seen one of these. It's a miniature tree. And what she does is she goes and takes a bit of the water. She doesn't wash her hands with this one, but she does sprinkle the bonsai tree. And then she opens the door and she walks into the church.
Savvy is gonna elbow Hamish as she disappears. It's a tiny tree. It's like you sized, but it's a tree.
Oh, that's enough of that.
It's-
I
it's
walk
a
into
tree.
the I walk into the church.
I'm Savvy.
For the record, I'm in a respectable size. As I continue in.
You're very tall for a dwarf. I've noticed. Like they're usually shorter. You're usually shorter. Don't worry. It's just it's a tiny tree. It's kind of cute.
Well, it may be absolutely adorable. It's not because I'm a dwarf that likes small trees. But I
You-
do.
I go inside.
Okay.
But I do.
Does anyone sprinkle the bonsai?
I'll sprinkle the bonsai, yeah.
You get a Pokemon.
Sprinkle the
Fantasy
Bonsai. It's a
Pokemon.
great band name.
Sprinkle the Pokemon. I mean the bonsai.
Yep. I
I'm not
sprinkle
immune
the
to
bonsai.
peer pressure. I'll do it too.
Good.
And
I'll take note of that.
after sprinkling the bonsai with the bonsai water, I'm going to follow Robin into the church.
Okay. And into the church you all go. And this church is beautiful. And you'll see that there are several pews. There are people here that are sitting quietly. You can see the Goliath, Gaff, G-A-P-H, standing at the altar, and he is pulling these pink robes over it. And he is getting basically ready for the day. And you see that there's candles lit throughout this place. And you all walk in. The woman who's in front of you, she looks and she gives a slight curtsy, and then she will basically go and move to one of the pews, and she'll sit down.
Well,
Well,
go on.
All right. And I'm going to walk
Sorry,
right up.
disregard that. Just talking to
Oh.
God. Anyway, continue.
Okay.
Sorry, continue.
Tell me to stop if I should stop, but I'm gonna walk right up to Gaff.
Okay. No, why would I tell you to stop? It's a free country.
Well,
I don't know. I
Just talking to
check
the
for
door.
traps.
There are none.
Just kidding. I don't. But I walk in, and I'm going to say, "Oh, hail and well met, Gaff." As I'm like halfway there.
Okay. He will turn around and Gaff will look, and with a hearty smile, and you've seen Gaff. I mean, you are the watchman of Bearspire. You keep things in order. And Gaff, with a very hearty hello, will put down what he was doing, and you see he's just cleanly folding and laying out the fabric, and he is going to put both of his hands on your shoulder. Hello, Robin. Hello. Welcome. What brings you to this beautiful church today?
Well, you do. Honestly, we're just coming to church to. No, I don't come to church. I'm here to see you and chat to you about stuff and things.
Languages.
Languages. I have a riddle for you. What languages do you speak?
Here, grab this side. And he goes around the table, the altar, and he grabs and he flips. He kind of whips the fabric, and you see it kind of rolling towards you. Please pull that side.
I grab it.
You're quite early. You know, our mass isn't for another few hours. Languages. I speak lots of them. What tickles your fancy? How can I be of service to you?
By any chance you speak Gnomish?
That's one that I don't. I'm sorry.
Oh, good.
Oh,
we were concerned
I
that
know a few gnomes, but no, I've never felt the urge to learn it. It's just way too fast.
Yeah, we were looking for somebody who speaks giant, but we weren't sure if you spoke giant or gnomish. And so
One thing you'll know about Goliaths is that everything about a Goliath is big. And he kind of winks at Hamish. And the reason that I can speak the bigger languages is because the vocal cords are stretched out. The smaller the vocal cords, the easier it is to speak the smaller languages of the gnome. So yes, I do speak giant, but
do you think my vocal cords are big enough to speak giant?
he pats you on the belly. No.
Well, give me something to say. I'm really good at languages.
Okay. And then he begins to give you a phrase. Repeat after me. Gaigantua.
And I do it perfectly with minor illusion.
Oh!
Wow.
How did you do that?
Oh, like I said, I got a knack for these things. So you speak giant. How do you feel about giant folk? Like, are they your friends? Are they your enemy?
He finishes.
If I were to say that we just met a giant, would that make you irrationally violent or angry?
He furrows his brows and he kind of puts his fingernails together.
It's all riddles. All riddles.
That is a strange one. Unfortunately, any hint or any notion of giants being or existing now, well, they don't. They're an ancient creature that live in the wild lands, and our world is not wild, at least not anymore. And he kind of pops his neck and his back, and you hear all the bones kind of popping. The time of the giants has long passed, so if I were to speak to one, well, that would be astonishing, wouldn't it?
Would you say it's a religious experience to talk to a giant? Because Mass is about to start, and we could take you to church. What I'm trying to say is, I lean in a little closer.
He bends all the way over. Yeah.
We found a giant, real big one. He's huge. And he's blind, so we can't visually communicate.
You don't
So
say.
we need to talk to him. But I don't speak giant.
Very well. Come with me. Come with me.
I'm going to follow Robin still.
Yeah, I go with him.
Okay.
Last thing I need is him getting his neck broken.
Okay. So, he is going to lead you up and into this hallway. And it's a very long hallway, and you see that there is an office space there behind a door. And you'll see that there is a woman there too. Now, before we go any further here into this room, Savvy, you are going to feel something. And that feeling is going to be a pull that's coming from your gut. And it is almost as if your feet are moving on their own. And you're following the group. And as you look down at your hands, you get that feeling again where there's a pulsating feeling in your fingertips. And as you look down at your hands, you see that the veins that go over your wrist and over your palms start to pulsate in this dark black as they fade from normal skin to black veins. And it starts to heat your skin and your chest. You have a bead of sweat behind your ear run down to your neck. As you come into this room, he'll come in and he'll say, "Everyone, this is Leorin. She is my priest's assistant. Leorin, they nice. They have interesting news for us. Savvy, what are you doing?"
I think that Savvy, as she enters the room, will naturally want to take up a position right around doorway here. And even though Gath is speaking, I would imagine, based on her sleepwalking, that she recognizes Leorin. Is that a safe assumption?
It's safe to roll an insight check.
Okay, fair.
A 19. She will not take her eyes off of you, and she notices everyone else. I'm going to put you in the room, Mercy.
Thank you. My roll 20's being real slow.
That's okay.
Fantasy roll 20.
As you see that she sees you, seeing her, seeing you, seeing her, you are going to take your eyes off. Behind Gaff, you are going to see there is a sword and board. This very large, two-handed sword that looks like it's 6 feet long. And behind it, mounted on the wall, is a shield that looks broken and battered and beaten. And it is pulsating to you. And you're not quite sure why, but the heartbeat, the pulsating hands, it's on high alert in here.
Okay, so I think it's just safe to say that Savvy's not really going to pay a whole lot of attention to Gaff. Instead, is going to be watching Leorin then.
Okay. Leorin will give a slight bow to everyone and then say, Gaff will say, "You've seen a giant. Tell me everything. Tell me everything."
Oh, these are just riddles that we're talking about, but the riddle goes that we've seen a giant and we can't talk to it. What would you suggest?
I don't understand the question. And he motions for Leorin. Leorin steps over and closes the door.
Okay, let me be honest. It's not a riddle. We actually saw a giant. It was, we think, accidentally causing the earthquakes in town. We worked together as a team, shared equal responsibility in temporarily pausing the earthquakes. But we're worried they're going to start back up again as a misunderstanding.
Of course, that makes perfect sense. Of course it would be a giant that's causing tremors. How did you see it and not die?
We're really talented. We're really good at what we do.
Did you try to speak to it?
The giant
did.
is blind.
Oh, that too.
A blind giant. Giants, what kind of giant?
Grey.
A gray giant. He
Big.
Remind me, this town isn't like superstitious. They're just a little stitious, right?
Right.
Of magic.
Right.
Okay. Then I'm gonna, instead of doing just a full-on minor illusion, I'm gonna hold up a piece of paper with a minor illusion on it. I'm gonna say, "Look like this."
He goes to grab it from you. What happens when he grabs it? It just messes up.
Well, so for the duration, the illusion, if they interact with it, they can kind of tell that it becomes that it is an illusion.
Okay.
But I'm trying to just skim really quick to see if I can put it on a surface, or
That's
if it
fine.
just floats in air.
No, don't worry about it. So he'll look at it, and then as he grabs it, he'll see that it's an illusion. He kind of shakes it. Aye, okay. If it is a stone giants are ancient beings, and you would never find one on the surface. How far down did you go?
Oh,
About
For
50
some
feet.
of us, it might be a lot.
Are we
but
talking
it was a lot.
a mile? 2 miles down?
50 feet?
Maybe 100.
At least 20.
Kilometers?
Enough of a drop where it killed a horse.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah, however far it would take to kill a horse. Yeah, like at least that, and then like a little bit more.
Did the horse try to grab a rope? Or did it just fall straight down?
Yeah,
There was
you
an
know,
attempt made.
fantasy
Wait.
champion, he did his best, but it's
Not Tian's horse.
It was Tian's horse. It was champion.
You know,
Yeah. We feel the loss every day. And I put my hand on his shoulder. Reach up.
Yeah, it's super tall. He's gonna say, Leorin did tell me that you've been venturing into the woods and that you also helped Tian and his father to help the wretch. So for that, thank you. The gods thank you too. This giant,
Well, sorry.
it lives. Since last night,
Last we saw.
the tremors
Yeah,
have
it was
stopped.
living last we saw.
What did you do to make it stop?
Oh, we tickled it.
I didn't know that giants were ticklish.
Well, Mercy tickled it. I tried to tell it it would be okay, and it slapped me across the room.
I did not tickle it. It got injured and I healed it.
You helped
To
it.
calm it down.
Amazing. Fascinating.
Can I ask you a question there, Gaff?
Of course.
You said earlier that giants are, well, gone, dead. Things of the past. Mythology. Why
That's
do you
right.
say that? Obviously they're right here. I mean, we met one yesterday.
Because in all of my life and in all of my exploits and my adventures, I have never once seen a giant. They're things that my father, my father's father's mother told me. They're stories. They just don't exist. That's it. To find one, and not only to find one, to find it that close to Bear Spire, that's dangerous. Does anyone else know about this?
Well, we thought that the town might get real upset about the earthquakes, and we thought if we were sharing it willy-nilly, there might be a kill the beast situation with a montage and a musical number, so we thought it'd be best to avoid that.
To kill a giant, if you angered it, it would level Bear Spire.
Well,
You don't just go
less-
and kill a giant.
It's
less
trapped.
angered it. Less angered it,
trapped
more
it.
like made it really sad.
No, I think it's been trapped there for a long time.
How would a stone giant be trapped underground?
Do you want to ask him?
Yeah, let's go see it.
You see a light bulb suddenly go off. Yes. 1,000 times yes. And he's going to grab the sword and he's gonna sheath it, and he's gonna grab the shield.
So much for not killing the giant. Oh, that's some heavy artillery you got going on there.
Oh, I never leave the church without it.
There
And
were also some very large rats in the forest, so that makes sense.
There were also some spiders that will give you nightmares for probably a couple of weeks.
he's gonna look at Leorin. Leorin, I'm only gonna be gone for a little bit. You're gonna have to run our mass today. And you're gonna see she's gonna kind of like say with her head, she just shakes her head no. She doesn't say anything. And he's gonna say, it's okay. It runs itself. Just read from the book and sprinkle the water everywhere. And I'll be, you know what? There's a good chance I'll be back even before then. We have the town guard with us as he looks over at Robin.
I put my hands on my hips and I stand tall and proud.
And for you, as he looks at you, Savvy, this sword has been by my side for decades. How long have you had yours? As he looks at your sword.
Six months?
Oh, so you're just now attuning to it. Has it been a wild ride of 6 months, that one?
Utterly confused.
Keep your secrets. And he actually opens the door and will walk out, but he doesn't go the way that leads towards the center chapel. He actually goes out the back door. And you'll just see Leorin just kind of huff, and she'll walk out and she'll go back into the main chapel, kind of leaving you guys alone in this office for a bit, but she's standing watching, making sure that you get out. What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna follow. I'm following Gaff and Robin.
I'm gonna walk behind, but walk with Savvy and kind of like nudge, be like, "You okay?"
I actually think that Savvy is gonna hang back for a minute, and again, still watching Leorin.
Yeah.
As that's kind of as everybody else is filtering out, and she's gonna say to Mercy, yeah, I'll catch up in a minute. I just need a second.
Okay.
Okay. Everyone else walks outside.
I'm going to attempt.
Yep.
I'm gonna let you do it. I can't do the thing.
Okay. So yeah, you walk outside. Robin, what are you doing?
Same. I walk outside.
Okay. You're by yourself with her, Savvy. And as you are, she doesn't say anything to you, but she's going to put her hand up on the door. So she's now standing in the doorway with her back to it, basically waiting for you to leave so she can close it behind you. She's staring at you. And her face is kind of placid. Is very poker face. She's not grimacing or like making a mean face at you. Just stoic.
We haven't met. Savvy.
She'll give you a slight nod.
And yet I saw you last night. Why?
She is going to slowly start closing the door to essentially usher you out. But she won't say anything.
Another time. We will speak.
She gives you another slight nod.
She's totally mute. That 100% wants. She's like some kind of dream talker.
And then she closes the door, and she will walk into the chapel. As you guys go outside, you're going to see that Gaff is kind of doing some jumping jacks. He says, I'm so ready. Let's go. Lead the way, he says. As you all essentially can escort him up to the Windwood Forest, just north of Bearspire. And as you're walking north, he's going to say, so, legend has it that stone giants, they move in herds. If you saw one, there must have been at least another dozen. Again, how in the world did you survive? How? Tell me.
We're really good at what we do. What we do is tough work, and we're really good at it.
I am surprised,
Yeah.
but excited. I wonder what its name is.
Oh, so there was only the one. There was just the one stone giant, so there wasn't a whole herd of them.
Okay. Anything else you guys want to... Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I feel it's also important to mention he's not exactly in the happiest state of mind. It looks like he's been alone for quite some time. So perhaps when you meet him, just take it easy on him, you know.
Of course. I mean, what am I going to do, antagonize it? Why would anyone do something like that?
Yeah. No, I would definitely not antagonize it.
No.
Not recommend it.
Oh,
Right, not recommended. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Hold on one second. So, as you make your way into the woods, you're going the same way that you went before with the trees, and you circle around. You can see some of the dry blood from where Hamish got trampled a few times. And then there is the hole, and he's going to say, amazing. These plants down there, they're otherworldly. Did you try eating them?
no.
No, that would be unwise.
Or
What
would
is it with you people and eating things that appear out of nowhere? Why is that the instinct?
Well, somebody's
Also,
got to try it.
eating something that's fluorescent would probably be poisonous.
First of all,
Thank you, Mercy.
what do you
Thank
mean, you people?
All of you. You. All of you.
Second of all, because when else are you going to find a mushroom from another world? Am I right? How do you get down here?
Did we leave the
rope.
rope?
Yeah.
What points at the rope?
There's also a safe space to land. Champion this kind of breaks the fall.
Oh, I'm so sorry for
Is
Tian.
Champion even?
I don't
Last
think Champion's
time-
there
la-
anymore.
Yeah, Champion was being buried by plants.
So,
Oh.
do you all go down the hole?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, because he goes first.
We should go first. We don't want that rope to break.
I'm going third.
Okay, and then who's going last?
Me.
Okay. As you land, who's the first to be down there? Besides Gav?
Robin?
Besides Gav.
Yeah, Robin will go.
Maybe.
There you go.
Probably Mercy, because Mercy was like, do not eat the mushrooms. Please don't
I
eat
like
the
that. I like
mushrooms.
that.
Okay. Okay, Mercy.
He's gonna try to eat the mushrooms, isn't he?
Not quite yet. Not quite yet.
Just a little bite. Come on, bud. You can do it.
So as you drop down into this magical hole, hey Saren, thanks for the follow. Welcome. You fall into this magical hole, and I need you in this magical hole with these magical mushrooms to make an investigation check, Mercy.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say.
I was gonna say roll edition. Yeah, right. Like it felt like that.
Yep, that intelligence check. I have that. At least that's what I'm told.
Ooh, you do have that.
For those of you who are seeing a black screen, wait for it. All right, now we gotta fly.
I'm waiting.
All right.
Oh.
So, nothing to
What
see
the
here.
What
Oh.
was that?
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Mercy, what you're
Wait,
gonna
I missed
see
it. What happened?
is you are going to see that Fantasy Champion, may they rest in peace, this beautiful horse, is not covered in moss anymore. It is sticking outside of a plant, and the plant is eating it. And that plant is near this mushroom garden, if you will. And as the rest of you are coming down the rope, this plant is going to
Crap.
essentially, there's no eyes on it. It is going to barf up the horse's hoof, and as you land, Mercy, and Savvy, you're last. You're still at the top of the rope. Camille has landed, and Robin has landed. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move you guys towards the rope. So essentially, it looks like this. And basically in a line. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yeah.
That's a line. There it is.
I think what you were about to say is, does that look good? And no, it doesn't look good.
I can't see anything.
I regret going first.
Hamish, where are you?
I think I'm still in the cave with the giant, sort of.
What are you doing down there? Where are you, Hamish?
What are you doing?
He's
Oh,
speed,
with the-
he's
with the
speed running
spiders.
this
He,
dungeon.
the spiders.
he just dropped down and ran it. He said, "Bye, y'all."
Hamish,
I'm
stop
skipping
moving.
this
Stop,
fight."
Hamish, stop moving.
I'm sorry,
Hamish,
I didn't mean to.
move more.
It was like trying to catch a
Serpentine,
mouse.
serpentine.
Okay, there. I found Hamish, guys.
I'm
I
really
know,
glad we
I
brought
know.
like a super powerful NPC with us.
Is he?
I'm.
Super glad.
Is he?
I don't.
And then
I
the
don't
music
like
changes.
I'm just gonna throw this out here. Everything has been set up for Gaff to die. Let's just call attention to that.
Well, you don't know.
I'll
He's
die
not-
first. I
He
volunteer
is not.
tribute.
He is not coming out of here. I swear
Can
to
he
God.
at
he's
least-
not.
So long as he dies on the way out
I
after
know,
he's
right?
talked to
That's
the
what I thought too. This is surprising to me. But
Okay.
maybe now
He
we've
might as well
got
have a red shirt.
Yeah, we've got Robin that's already learned to speak giant through him by proxy, so we're good.
Okay,
Yeah.
everybody.
It's whatever one phrase he said.
If you could please click on your tokens and click initiative.
Hey, oh, there we go.
No, thank you.
Oh, I thought I
Wait.
clicked.
Come on.
I had my token selected.
Not bad.
Hey,
How are you so fast, man?
I got that old man speed.
Do I need to do yours manually?
Yeah.
Seven? Okay. It's okay. It's your first
Oh,
time.
him? That's old man speed.
You
Don't
rolled
tell
a
me to
10,
re-roll it.
14.
If you want me to re-roll, I can. That's,
No, it's
that's
cool.
fine too.
I did the math. You're good.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now, and it makes sense because you're still climbing. You're still climbing down.
No. You got that wrong. It makes sense because I, as the player, rolled initiative.
It's true. It's true. Okay. Now, before initiative even begins, you are going to see that the ground beneath you starts to move and slither, and some of the plants fall over as
crap.
these vines, these tendrils start to wrap around your feet. And I need
X.
actually before initiative starts.
Acrobatics.
Hold on.
Do some dance moves.
I,
Can't touch
Yeah,
this.
I would like to. I would like to laser dance my way out of here.
Someone play Mission Impossible music. Fantasy Mission Impossible.
Fantasy Mission Impossible. Okay. So, Savvy, I will say that as you are sliding down, and you can hear commotion down below, if there's anything you want to do before combat starts, speak now or forever hold your peace.
Yeah, so I actually think that this would have likely happened on the way into the forest, but I almost imagine that those black veins that you were describing before that kind of pulsated and that could be seen through her skin, I think that the reason that she's last is actually that while they were making their way to the hole, she was going to be finding that that was going to be happening more and more severely. And as that was going on, it was kind of distracting her. But I imagine these very, very strange, again, kind of veins almost that are just snaking their way up her arms and even up her neck and whatnot. This is going to be a manifestation, though, of her fiendish vigor, which is an invocation. So that's going to be going on, but in essence, it's going to give her some temp HP.
Okay. And the rest of you don't quite see this yet as she is behind you. And as the temporary HP hits, you see those veins now not just pulsating up your hand on your wrist, but also up to your forearm. And you feel your temple kind of bulging. And then I need Mercy and Hamish and Camille to all roll dexterity saving throws.
Yay! There we go.
Nice. Very nice.
What?
I told you.
Oh
can't
my
touch
gosh.
this.
that!
Can't touch this.
What is happening?
Let's go!
Oh,
Let's fucking go.
All right.
This carnivorous plant said it was gonna eat us, and all of us said, "Not today."
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah. That's exactly what it said. That's verbatim.
I really like everything that's happening here. I'm really excited to see more. Get it?
Yeah.
Get it? Little Shop of Horrors.
I get it. I see what you did there. Please don't do that again.
It also the
I would-
carnivorous plant also
Inspiration.
doesn't have eyes.
I
No
would like to
inspiration.
I would like to ban him.
Okay.
Seconded. Motion carries.
Okay. Now that you all did cartwheels and flips and basically double dutch this thing, it is now your turn, Robin. What are you doing?
I am. Oh, so those vines aren't like things that did they pull back? The ones that tried to grab everybody, or are they still there?
They
I
are.
guess what I'm asking is, am I good to move around without like bumping into a vine that will like grab me?
You can move around. Yes.
Okay. I don't know if I want to move around because I'm scared. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna move over to the side, over here. I am going to take a shot at it with my little crossbow. And as I'm doing that, I am going to look at Mercy. I'm like, Mercy, you can handle this, right? I believe in you. And you get inspiration.
Oh,
And there's my crossbow shot.
Okay. A 22 hits.
What is with these rolls?
I know you guys are broken. Sheesh. Sheesh.
Bang!
Okay. No, that's
I'm gonna roll in that one.
that is that's dope. So as you are running and stepping over all the moss and the shrubbery, and you come to this corner, you turn and you look at this plant, and you fire your crossbow from underneath the shrubbery, and it hits this thing in what would be its neck ish. I don't know. It's not a human. And it doesn't really recoil or anything, but if you speak plant, it's like, fuck that. That sucked. Anything else from you? Anything else from you, Robin?
No, with that, I will kind of just duck behind a leaf
Okay. Mercy.
or a mushroom or whatever's doing it.
Okay. Mercy, you're up.
Mercy's gonna go through one of her pockets and grab another little, kind of looks like a little firecracker, lights it, and firebolt.
Ooh, okay. Let's see it.
Because I didn't.
Oh my gosh!
Fuck. Natural what?
How is this happening?
What's happening?
Okay, I'm not mad. That's cool. It'll have a turn.
Maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe.
Holy cow.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, and you hit this
Hold
thing.
on. Quick question for everybody: plants like fire?
This isn't.
Do they?
This world, the plants eat it up like it's fantasy
Yeah,
M&Ms.
it's just
But like, they
You know.
Yes, that
They
sounds.
don't-
clip that.
they don't like
Please.
don't like fire.
Flip that.
I did
In
not
the
like
real
that
world.
noise.
I don't know how he did it, but I'm not going to ask him to do right now. Maybe
My
in the halftime
That's the new
show.
follower alert right there.
halftime show. Halftime show.
Gross. If I heard that every time. Okay. We'll do some B-reel after this for those sounds.
Sold.
Okay.
Sold.
Yeah, Mercy, you throw this firebolt at it, as you are clever like that, and it lands in its mouth, and as it goes down its gullet, you are going to, it's going to burp up smoke, and you're going to see a chunk of its internal flesh fall out of its mouth with a little bit of Fantasy Champion, because it was eating before you guys disturbed it. Anything else from you, Mercy?
I'm gonna move slowly
Okay.
behind, back here. I feel like that's good. Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
spot. Maybe maybe back one more. Yeah, I am small
That
human.
seems like 3/4 cover.
Maybe. If the plant had eyes.
I am
Hamish,
small human. Doesn't want to get killed.
you are up.
All right. I am gonna run. I'm gonna run right here,
Okay.
just so I can peek around the corner and, for my bonus action, cast Hunter's Mark on it.
Ooh, okay. Let's put a little a hunter's mark on it.
Yeah, just a sweet little Hunter's Mark.
Yeah, I like it.
And then I'm gonna take a shot at it with my longbow.
Okay. Fire away. Oh my
I will.
gosh.
I will take it.
Yeah, that hits. A 21 plus 2? That hits.
I will take it. I'm happy. And
Where
then,
is the plant in the initiative order?
Um,
Not yet.
I'll tell you when we get there.
Oh, did it already?
Okay. I didn't know if it was hidden or if you had accidentally forgot to put it.
No,
in
it's
there.
definitely hidden. Definitely. What's the total damage? 11?
No, 10. I don't know why it rolled the Hunter's Mark again, but that
Okay.
was probably my fault.
Okay, that's okay. Okay, as you fire another bolt, it hits right next to where Robin's bolt is, just exposing more of this plant, and this white syrup just kind of beads out of the arrow hole. That's so gross. If it's urethra hole, it's so gross. Okay,
Gross.
anything else?
Whoa.
Hamish?
It's a really bad kidney stone.
Eesh. Yeah, it's bad.
No, nothing else for me. That'll be it.
Okay, fair. Camille, your turn.
Gee, man. I think Camille's just gonna take his spear off his back and let's see. That would be right up onto it. I don't necessarily think I want to be right up on it.
There's a giant rock that you have to climb over from where you're standing, so you'll need to move up.
Oh, where am I?
Yeah, so like if you
Oh,
moved
okay.
here, yeah, perfect. Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a big rock and you jump over it and you're looking down at this mushroom garden with this giant plant sticking out of it. And then what do you do?
Is it looking in a particular direction?
No,
Okay, so it doesn't.
it doesn't have eyeballs.
It hasn't picked who it wants to eat yet.
Not yet.
Okay. Well, we brought this man down here to have a conversation, not fight a plant, so I'm going to protect him. I'm going to dig my heels in and have my spear pointed towards the plant, and I'm just going to hang out like a good soldier.
Ooh, okay. So are you holding your action for dodging or?
Sure.
I mean, I'm not trying to fill in. I was just saying I didn't know what your action was, but
I was being ready for my polearm master attack, but I guess I can ready dodge, and then when the time comes, just pick which one I want to do.
okay. Gaff is gonna Leroy Jenkins up onto this thing, and as he jumps up, he's gonna come down with a two-handed sword, and it is going to come down on this plant, and it is going to bounce off of its shell of a head, and he's gonna just look so embarrassed, and he's gonna say, "I'm rusty," and he's gonna swing again, and this time he chops. And as he chops, he's very much like a logger, coming down at an angle, and he himself will do damage. And he's gonna say, "I just don't understand. What in the world is going on down here?" And he just has this beautiful face of enjoyment. Savvy, you hit the ground off the rope, and it's your turn.
Okie dokie. Let's see here. If he was able to damage it from where he is that to assume that... I mean, did he, based on the narration, did he hit and then retreat back a few feet or what?
No, he just has 10-foot reach with his weapon. It's very long.
Oh, it's very long. Yeah, real long. A big sword. Everything about Gaff is bigger, I guess.
I wouldn't say that it's long. Excessive is the word I would use.
Excessive.
Above average.
Okay.
That's more sword than any plant needs. I mean,
I've never seen a mushroom of that size.
Elf
I'm
movement.
so happy right now.
Elf movement gets her here.
Yes. Okay.
Bonus action. Hexblade's Curse. On the thing.
What does that do?
Lots of stuff.
Okay.
There's a big old chat block.
Okay.
There. But the way that I see this manifesting is that as she goes to stab it with her saber, in advance of that, right? Like as the stroke is going through, Camille, I think, will see this. He'll have the opportunity to see this. I won't dictate what your character does and doesn't do, but I think that you would have an angle to be able to potentially see these thick, like shadowy veins that will extend from her arm and her saber and spear into the creature preceding her strike. Very much almost looking like it is marking it before she hits. And I'm going to swing away.
Okay. That's so badass. Okay.
So let's do that. Let's do that. No
Do the thing.
advantage. Do the thing. And let's see. There is... Yes. That's right. So we'll see if we actually hit.
Just barely. Yeah. No, that hits.
Just barely.
Nobody
Just
misses.
barely.
This thing is huge.
Wow.
Oh, and on a 1.
Dang it.
That's not great. But
6
there we
slashing.
go.
Okay.
6 slashing.
All right. at the end of your turn is its turn, and it is
Nothing
going.
happens.
It is going to. Something's gonna happen. It's gonna happen right
Gonna
now.
cry and run away.
It's not gonna run. It's gonna
Retreat.
slither. It is gonna start shaking the ground around, and you're all gonna see that there's tendrils everywhere from this plant, and then
Raise your
it's
hands.
going to make a multi-attack. The first one
no.
is going to come towards you, Savvy, and it is going to hit for a 13, which I assume misses.
Does not hit. Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't hit. The second one will come towards you, Camille, as this.
I dodge.
Okay. Does that increase your
I
AC?
dodge.
You have disadvantage.
Scheiße, leck off. Okay, so then that misses, and then the third one is it's gonna bite Savvy, and the bite is a natural one. So this plant sucks, but it is gonna roll another recharge.
I imagine when it tries to bite, I really want Stabby just to fend it off by stabbing it through the top of its mouth.
You know what? That's fair, because this thing has 3 mouths, and it messed with all 3 of them like an idiot.
Yeah.
Like a stupid
Like a
plant.
dum-dum. Like
Like
a
a-
dum-dum.
Like a
It's like a little
does have a
walnut-sized
proper
brain.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3?
Like a succulent.
Why does
It's not
Why
just
does it
walnut
need
sized. It's an
3?
actual walnut.
That's where they come from.
This is how they harvest walnuts.
oh my god,
They're a
3
luxury
walnuts
item.
per.
That's not canon.
fantasy
Stop
fantasy walnuts.
it. Be
Yeah, better be
afraid.
careful about that lawsuit from Big Walnut.
Oh,
They're notoriously litigious.
Copyrighted material right there.
Please be afraid. This is a deadly encounter. Okay.
Hey,
Well,
hey,
sorry.
I feel it. I feel it. I feel it.
We
I really
are
do.
scared.
My soul.
Sorry.
I'm very scared.
How about
We are
this?
scared of the legal
I
team
use
of Big
humor.
Walnut.
I use humor in the fear.
I
it
need
is my
everyone
Oh no.
except for Robin, who's just
Yeah.
far enough away
Dang it.
to make a dexterity saving throw.
Not again.
Savvy, you
Not
have
deadly until we die.
If Robin is far enough away, does that mean Mercy's far enough away because they're equidistant from it?
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
Thank
did
God,
it.
because I rolled an 11.
But you didn't even need to roll it in theory.
Hold
if
on.
Robin didn't need to roll it.
Hold on. Oh yeah.
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 Uh-huh.
Mm.
Anyway, here's where I get fucked.
Yeah, you know.
No.
Okay.
Only Leon. Only Leon.
Okay.
Ooh, that looked like it was hovering
I
over a
know,
one.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh man, it looked. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right, I get to get my multiple dice out for the first time tonight.
Ooh.
You are going to take 7 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are now grappled.
Crap.
And that's you, Camille. That's you.
Yeah.
And at the bottom of the or top of the round, as we're now back up to Robin, we are gonna take a break, and we're gonna come back. And you guys, I don't think it's gonna survive another round because you guys demolished it in the first round. Everyone got a hit on it, so that's awesome. So
That's what I
Everyone.
You sound a little sad about it.
no, I'm not. It's fine. It's fine.
I would like to point out you mentioned that like we can't miss or something like that, but I think there was one miss in that first round, if I'm remembering correctly.
Hey, did you want some salt for that?
I think it wasn't anyone in this party. It wasn't any of us.
That's okay because we still have another round when we get back.
I really do think that what that was we're going to come back and now we're going to learn the idea that HP is a construct. And it's more of a nebulous idea. And what do you know? It's kind of just fluid in the moment, right? Like
Suddenly it has
it
regeneration.
catches a second wind.
Yeah.
I feel like you're tempting God, so you need to shut your
It-
mouth.
It did just eat an entire horse.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it did spit out.
Yeah,
a hoof,
No,
so-
no, no,
It's
no,
good
no. I
out
have
of
a
it.
good authority.
Horse
That's
divorce.
whore divorce. Yeah.
It is the horse.
That's really funny. Even in the dream,
Does that make
he's
us the
playing
main course?
his character.
Amazing.
The main course.
So fantastic.
Awesome. Thanks for sticking around for the first half of Gaming Related's The Final Pages. Welcome, Saren Klein. I hope I say that right. Serene Incline. Serene Incline. Serene Incline. That makes a lot more sense. Damn it, that took a long time. We have a halftime show, and I'm so happy to welcome back Hayden and Soren as they are going to host the Fireweed Inn and Tavern. So for the players and cast, don't turn off your cams, but we're going to take 15 minutes, come back at 45 past the hour. Good first half, guys. All right. It worked on the first try, guys. I can see you. You look so beautiful. Take it away. The show is yours.
All right. So, hello everyone. We want to welcome you all back to the Fireweed Inn and Tavern. I'm your host, Soren, and this is my co-host, Hayden. Hayden, say hello.
Hello.
So, this is our show within a show, and we appreciate you all joining us.
Today, we will be answering some puzzling questions with our expert knowledge of D&D. But before we do, we would like to give a shout out to some talented artists.
So, as you may have already noticed, we have some new artwork hanging in our tavern today. Puckwudgie and Soft Brambles have created amazing pieces of our beloved characters, and we love them so much that we hung them in our tavern.
It definitely makes our tavern feel more like home. If you are an artist and you create fan art of our characters, we would love to see it. If you visit our gaming related Discord, you may post your artwork in the community art channel.
Yes.
So if anyone is interested, I suggest doing it.
Absolutely, and for formatting purposes, landscape orientation is preferred, but it is not required. And if you do share your fabulous art, it may be featured in a future episode of Gaming Related.
Mhm. Yes. Now, onto those D&D questions, Soren.
Okay, so, you ready for this?
No.
No. Okay, first question. What is turn order based off of? Okay, I think I know this one.
You do?
I think I know this one. Yes.
Go for it.
So, the turn order is based on how fast each player can roll their dice, okay? As seen recently, right, Robin rolled his dice with old man speed. So that put him first in the turn order, right? That makes perfect sense.
Okay. That makes
Right?
sense.
Yeah.
I think.
You
I don't
think?
know. I've
What do you
never
mean you
played it.
think? That's how it is, you know? That's how it is.
Oh my god. Okay. Let's keep going. Keep
All
going.
right. Next question. This one is technically two questions, but what is advantage and what is disadvantage?
Advantage and disadvantage is what your character uses to fuck with or what your character gets fucked by. Depends all on your advantage or disadvantage.
My god. You are literally killing me right now. Wow.
Isn't that what it is? Do you know what it is?
You know what? That is so accurate. I love that. You know what? That's the best
Are
description.
you
I've
sure
ever
it's
heard.
accurate?
Yeah. Yeah, we know what we're talking about, right? You know, we're
Yeah.
we're obviously experts on D&D,
Yep.
so
That's why we're
you know,
part
we
of
have-
this.
that's right. We have all the answers.
Okay. Let's find another question. Oh, I'm gonna start crying.
Don't cry.
Okay. What does the acronym AC stand for?
Okay, so I'm 94.76345% sure that AC stands for armor class.
Correct. That is correct. It does stand for armor.
Wow,
Yes.
okay. Amazing. I knew it. Didn't even have to think on that one. Okay. Another question. Which class is most likely to pull into the McDonald's drive-thru with their kids and just order one black coffee?
Obviously, the Heartless Rogue. It's my favorite by far.
Oh my gosh. And I don't know. I don't feel like that would be their own kids in the car. Like, you know? Like
They
they
were
were
stolen?
stolen.
Oh,
Yeah,
of
to get
course.
ice cream. Of course.
Oh
you know.
my god. Soren. Okay. Okay. Next,
Okay.
move on to the next one.
Okay, okay.
I'm gonna act like you didn't just say that about the rogue. A rogue
Okay,
would
well-
never do that.
Oh, right. They're just taking their kids to McDonald's, you know? Definitely their kids. Okay. Next question. Alright.
Okay.
Define hors d'oeuvres using only D&D rules.
Fancy little snacks? That's what they are, right?
I
know what.
Guys.
What do you mean by only D&D rules?
Like the ones that we're experts on, of course, right?
They're little snackies. They're yum-yums.
Right, right. Those are the correct D&D terms for
Mhm.
hors d'oeuvres, the little
Yeah.
snackies. Right,
That's what Monk says all the time.
right. Yep, there you go. There you are.
Okay. Another question. How many feats can a human fighter have?
Oh, that is so easy. Humans, they only have 2 feet. So obviously they can have 2 feet. You know, that is such a weird question. Like, why would you ask that? I mean, how would you assume that humans have more than 2, like, because they can't have 3 feet. You know, humans don't have 3 feet, you know?
F-E-A-T. Yes.
Yeah, feet. Like the things that people walk around on, you know?
I don't think that's correct, and I think the cast and Monk are probably hearing this and screaming. But I can only
Yeah.
assume.
Okay, whatever. I'm gonna stand by my my definition there. I feel like I nailed that one. I mean,
Oh
humans
my.
have 2 feet, right? See?
I mean, some do. I feel like you're overassuming.
Okay, wait a minute. You know
kidding.
humans that have more than 2 feet.
No.
See?
But some don't have 2 feet. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, we're moving on.
Wait,
We're
no.
moving on.
No. So you're saying if somebody's leg has been amputated, they can only have 1 foot. And therefore can only have 1 feet.
Skyla, I'm losing sanity. We're moving on now.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So another question. What is the difference between a modifier and a score?
A modifier saves your ass when a carnivorous plant tries to eat your face off, and a score is what you have after that modifier takes effect after you roll. That's what it is.
Okay. That sounds all right. I'm not going to question it. I mean, you obviously did your homework. I did my homework.
I
I
did
don't have
not do any homework. There was
Oh.
homework? Was there a
Right.
study booklet? I didn't know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, who needs homework? We're experts on this, right? I know how many feet humans have. They have 2. So easy peasy. Don't laugh at me.
I can't help it. You make me laugh and smile.
Oh, well, good. I'm glad I make you laugh.
I don't think
Alright.
we should go for more questions. I think let's keep
We
it
need
trucking.
We need to we need to calm down.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's see. Ooh, you know what I think we should do?
Hmm.
I think we should ask the chat. Anybody in chat who is still hanging around for the halftime show here at the Fireweed Inn and Tavern, what was your favorite part from the first half of episode 4? We are curious to know.
I'm catching up with the chats and
Oh yeah, me too.
Toxin. Good to know. Good.
Oh my god. Mr. Mini Mopsy. One-shot idea where the group plays based on how Soren and Hayden think D&D works.
Oh my
Oh
god.
wait.
That
Okay,
is
that'd
a
be
wait,
hilarious.
hold on, hear me out. Us DMing.
Oh my gosh.
together as one.
Oh my gosh, like a double DM moment where we like, you know, do a one shot and like everybody has to follow our weird rules. Wild. Okay, but rogues don't seem like the family type, more of the stabby type. Oh my gosh.
I liked it when Hamish didn't roll less than 20 in the fight.
I know. Bro, y'all are just popping off with your rules tonight, okay? I am impressed.
Hamish sleeping hard.
Oh my gosh.
I like how the things they're fighting against are getting creepier and weirder each episode.
I know. Like,
Last-
you know,
Last it was a giant and spiders.
yes.
Today it's a flesh-eating plant. It's
Yeah,
great.
giant
Great.
carnivorous plant that was really gross.
I just wish it could talk to.
Oh. Okay, that would be pretty
Feed
cool.
Feed me.
Okay. Breathe, breathe.
Okay.
I wonder how creepy it's gonna get. I'm curious to see.
Audrey 3. That's what
Audrey-
it is.
Oh my gosh. Audrey 3, yes. Little Shop of Horrors. That is a very Little Shop of Horrors-esque monster that we just encountered. I mean, definitely Audrey. Right, fantasy Little Shop of Horrors. Right. I mean, gotta add the fantasy in there before. Then it's good. And it's okay.
Mhm.
I like the defeated two-feeted Soren and Hayden discussion.
I bet
Two-feeted Soren.
that's gonna be some fan art that's gonna be made.
Oh
Is
no.
us talking about how D&D works, and then someone with 3 feet.
Oh my gosh.
It's gonna be great. It's
All
gonna be
monsters.
great.
Yes. All monsters will be based off of Broadway musicals moving forward. Amazing. Yes. Actually, you know what? That's not a terrible idea. We should totally do that. Oh my gosh.
I'm reading the chat right now.
Yeah. Same. I do indeed have 2 feet.
You have 2?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, let me check. Yeah, I do. Do you have 2 feet?
I really want to know if we were even close to answering any of those questions, right? I don't think
I
we
know.
were.
I don't think so. I mean, as I said, I am like 94.76345% sure AC stands for armor class.
Okay,
But
that one was correct. Obviously, armor class was correct. Yes.
are you sure? Oh, see, Toxin says legit 100% correct on everything. I'd say, hey, I'd say we did great. If Toxin says it's good, I mean. Alright. So, we do have to start wrapping things up. So, first of all, we're gonna thank the people who've popped in chat so far today and the new followers gained so far. So, do you want to start us off?
Yes. First up, we have D38 Boss. Welcome back.
Mr. Mini Mopsy, welcome back to you.
Dog Taxes.
Serene Incline.
Danderson 96.
Dylan
Thank you.
Danderson?
Is
I
it?
think.
Yeah. Dylan
think,
Danders. Yeah, that was right.
That was right.
Thank
got
you
it.
all so much for your interest and support in our project. Before we direct your attention back to Monk and the Leapcast, don't forget to check out all of our social media platforms on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and Discord for clips, announcements, and other fun content.
Awesome. Thank you all for joining Hayden and I at the Fireweed Inn and Tavern for our 4th intermission show. We hope to see you next Wednesday at the same time. And without further ado, sit back, relax, and enjoy the second half of Gaming Related.
Yeah.
Do you like that one?
100%.
I'm like,
Mhm.
how many
And
feet? How many creatures have 2 feet?
Yeah.
Everyone gets 2 feet.
Yeah.
That was
It
the
is-
perfect amount of pedantic. If you lost a foot, it's only 1 foot. You have
Yeah.
2 feet. Perfect.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's what this hobby needs more of.
Man.
it is surprising just how right you were on so many things.
Oh, good. Good.
Cool. Welcome back, cast and crew. Thank you, Soren and Hayden. You guys are awesome. And also, welcome to our news follower, Sisakot V8KF. I'm just going to call you Sisa. Thanks for the follow. That's awesome. Back to the action, folks. Let's get eaten by this plant.
This let's be clear, wholly unaltered, entirely the same, not in any way changed plant.
Yes. What
Okay.
Savvy
But
said.
it
That's
is
a social
but it is-
contract.
It is
I won't
missing
you
a
do
couple
that.
arrows. There's a few wounds that have closed up though.
And to think, me and the other writers, and I do want to give a shout out here, Constantine, Ransom Pig, have been phenomenal in helping write the world, the story, the encounters, and we spend many a night discussing how to kill you all and how to keep the story going. And this
that's
one
nice.
specifically belongs to Ransom Pig. So Ransom Pig, I love you. You did so good on this one. And I'm sorry that it's so weak. It's not me, it's them.
It's not weak. It has like a bajillion HP. We're 10% of the way through it, right?
Yeah.
It's not weak. We're just rolling really well. Let us have it.
You're right.
We're
You're right.
only
You
level
were
2.
arrested while we were on break, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Celebrate.
I leveled up.
Level 3?
Again,
All right,
Robin.
Robin, it is your
Talked about this.
it's your turn, Rob.
I shoot it again.
Okay.
It's gonna be a super cool turn with a lot of nuance and details, but
Sounds like it.
ultimately boils down to just shooting it with a crossbow.
Okay, well, let's see the shot. How'd you do?
Is it not showing up yet?
Yes, a 19 hits. Good
Okay.
job with your 19. And you do
Am I going? Am I delayed? Am I
No.
freezing?
No, you're perfect.
Okay.
You're golden.
Oh.
Don't
Aw.
change. Don't change.
Oh.
All right.
We're changing a lot.
Robin's just hiding underneath a very large leaf. And no one can really see him, because he's just hiding back there, just out of reach of something. Anything else for you, Robin, as you duck out of the bushes, take your shot, and hide again?
I call over to Hamish and I gesture with my crossbow. I'm like, look, we're both shooting it. Look, we're the same. And I give him inspiration.
I hold up my bow and just for a moment reminisce that he's the one that led me to this point in my life.
Yeah. You are living the life of Fantasy Robin. It's great. Not this Robin, the Robin of Loxley. Fantasy Loxley. Mercy, your turn.
Mercy is going to run up to. Why did I forget names all of a sudden?
Camille.
Camille. I don't know why my brain forgot your name. Hello.
Hi, nice to meet you, Camille.
It's fine. I was your second choice for goggles. You forget my name. It's it is what it is.
You were not my second choice.
He held on to that mercy
Robin,
for this moment.
I think
I
he was.
guess so. Jeez.
Your goggles were customized for you specifically.
It's fine. I'm just gonna take a dagger out and
Okay.
I'm gonna start getting rid of the vines and try to
Stabbing
help
Camille.
Camille
I was just
get
like,
out
stab him
of the grapple. No, I'm trying to help.
right in the back.
Yeah, as he's held upside down, he's like, "Oh, I'm your second best friend."
Jeez.
Okay, let's see you cut this.
Cut the goggles off.
Yeah.
So what do you want me to?
Just an
I
action-
guess
just
it would,
an
just
attack.
an attack.
Yeah.
Okay. Here, dagger.
Ooh,
Wow.
this is a thick vine, and he's wiggling and he's talking. To you.
Wait. I have inspiration.
You
What do I
do.
roll?
Yeah.
Wait.
Probably the only
Robin,
inspiration from
Robin.
telling a pun, because it got vetoed pretty
Robin.
quick.
Wait, no, not
Oh,
no. I used
not
that
advantage.
inspiration. No,
You got it.
I was talking about Robin's.
You're right. Good job, Robin.
I used that inspiration last time. Remember,
Yeah. So, do you
Robin?
add?
What is
Yeah.
the inspiration
Sorry,
dice?
it's
that
a
I
D6.
used?
I didn't.
Thank
sorry.
you.
Yeah, I didn't. My bad. I didn't know you were waiting on me.
It's okay.
Yeah.
An 11
I
doesn't
don't-
hit it.
Dang it! You know what? It was a. I
It's just,
tried.
it's just so,
Life is rough.
it's just thick. It's dummy thick. So, yeah, no. But hey, you didn't hit Camille, so that's good. Anything else from you?
No.
Okay, Hamish, your turn.
Mercy. Try and get Cammy out of there. And I
Working on it.
aim and fire my bow again.
And where you're standing, like the rock is as tall as you, so really it's just like your eyes are kind of sticking out, and you reach up and over, and you take the shot towards this jungle, this mushroom jungle where this creature is.
Fantastic.
And let's see it. Oh my goodness!
Natural
Let's
20!
go!
Stop it!
Let's go!
2 natural 20s. Let's go!
Mm.
Okay, I guess I just have to roll that again.
Oh my
So
gosh.
4, 5, 9 to 11.
Hell
So
yeah.
11 damage.
What about your... Okay, there it is.
Is Hunter's Mark doubled or no?
I
For-
don't...
for crits.
It is,
It
yes.
is, okay.
It is,
Okay.
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 The dice
So-
are
so it's-
doubled.
That is 16 total.
Well, friggin' done. This thing barfs up more of Fantasy Champion because I want to keep that guy in the story as long as possible. And it is looking very, very bad. Very, very bad. It's still moving and it's still holding Camille in its place. Camille, as you are...
Can I move before the end of my turn?
Of course.
Yeah, because it's hard to shoot that way. So I'm gonna come over here to Mercy
Okay.
and just be in position to try and help out with some of those vines later.
Okay. All right. Okay. Cammy, what are you doing?
I would just like to try to, I guess, just while I'm stuck, kind of wriggling, just stab downward at the base of the vine that has me. Can I
Okay.
do that?
You can.
All right.
Oh, I thought that was gonna be a
Dude,
natural
that was
one.
so close to one.
It was on the one for a minute. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Okay. Strike away.
All right.
As you strike at the vine, it releases and you fall on your head and kind of tumble as you are no longer restrained. You roll up to your feet because I didn't tell you that it lifted you up off the ground, but you're free. Anything else?
Okay. Yes, I will take a step forward. And I'll say, now usually I have meat involved, but it's time for a veggie kebab, and I'm going to use my polearm master attack
Okay.
and go in with the bonus action.
Okay.
Veggie kebab.
Yes.
All right. Well,
Yeah, that checks.
A 10 does not hit.
Deserved.
It doesn't hit, but hey, you're alive, and that's all that matters. Gaff jumps up, and he is going to take another swing or two, and he misses with the first one and misses with the second. He rolled an 8 and a 3, and he's going to say, I've just never been much of a green thumb. I don't know what the pun is here. Savvy, it's your turn.
I want to move right here. Can I do that? Is there enough room to do that? If you tell me no, I'm going to still do it, but I'm going to do it in a different way.
No, there's not room.
Okay, well then I do it in a different way.
Okay.
So,
Post
as a bonus action,
passage. What is this?
as a bonus action, Savvy is going to, again, with the way this is going to actually functionally look, is that I think Camille and Gaff would be in a position to potentially see this. She is going to momentarily, and this is going to be in the space of a couple of seconds, is going to seem to almost just step into nothing. It does not seem like this is an accidental thing. This is a thing that she looks very comfortable doing, but as she does, she's going to, in essence, step into nothing, and she's going to appear on top of the thing, basically about 20 feet up.
Okay.
If this thing is 20 feet up or whatever it is, it looks like it's a big creature.
It's
so
big
15, 20 feet up. Yeah. She's going to appear in the air and slice down as she's coming down. Now,
freaking dope.
Because she's opposite, that gives advantage. So we're going to roll with advantage.
You are flanking. Yes. Oh, I am so done.
Well, we like to see.
I am so
on.
done.
Yes.
I think we're the best at this game.
Did we win? Is this how you win?
Is this how we win Dungeons and Dragons?
All right.
Let's go!
Savvy, how do you want to do this? You've already told us, and it's fucking badass. But please tell us again.
One of the heads is, I think, the main head, because it looks like there's like a secondary and a tertiary head. One of the heads is just going to be severed as she drops behind this thing, and it's very much this deep laceration that is going to cause it to almost just kind of hang open as it collapses into the ground. Very apparently unsustainable. But as she lands, it's going to be on the falling corpse of this thing. As it kind of slumps over, she's going to maintain her ground because it's a 20 and that's badass, so I think I can totally do that within my rights. And if it's D&D, I just say it and it happens.
Yeah, that's how this game works.
I mean, the dice told you that you this is your story now for the next 6 seconds, and well done. That was amazing. Okay.
Exactly 2 rounds of combat. It took us 12 seconds.
Well, it didn't do its thing the second time. That's fine. But as you all see this,
its thing the second time was dying.
It's fine.
Yeah. And you know what? I want to I want to change the music for this. What do you all do seeing Savvy do this?
Well, that's a neat trick you got there, Savvy.
I get inspiration from I take it from him.
How common is teleportation?
Not very. It's as rare as a stone giant.
I'm gonna look at Savvy with a lot of confusion and hesitation.
Mercy looks intrigued. How did you do that? And can you replicate it? And can I watch multiple times?
I absolutely 100% for the record thinks that this is something where it's not this stoic moment where there's this cinematographic like feeling where she's astride the falling corpse of this thing. I think it's very much this thing where all of a sudden she becomes aware of herself, and there's that oh shit moment where she's just like, oh no, oh no. And almost sheepishly will kind of just sit down on the corpse of this thing and slide off of it to land at the ground. And she's realizing what she meant to do, but also not really. kind of got away from herself. And I think that, again, she'd have almost this like sheepish reservation as she would come out from behind this thing.
As you come out and you walk towards Gaff, he's going to say, "The pillar of Iniko. I see them on you. That was amazing!" And Iniko is spelled Iniko. I'll type it in chat here for you. And you haven't heard this before. None of you have. But he just kind of gives you a very proud dad nod as he stabs his sword into one of the tendrils on the ground to make sure this thing is dead. To think that you all have survived something like this, and poor fantasy champion, you are very powerful. The group of you, have you traveled together before?
Yesterday. So yeah.
Wow. Such teamwork. Robin, I didn't even see you that whole fight. Where were you?
Oh, there's a big thing back there. Mostly it was Savvy and Hamish. Hamish was shooting the arrows and Savvy was slashing the thing. I was just kind of out of the way. Didn't want to trip over anybody.
I was shooting the arrows. That's right. Should we go?
Yes. Show me more. Show me everything. And he asked for you all to lead the way. When you get down to the part of the map where the tree is, he looks at it and says, "Is that sturdy? You expect me to cross that?"
Well, this is the only way. So yeah. Can you do the arm thing?
What's the arm thing?
Well, you have longer arms than us, so like, you know how you put an arm on either side, a foot on either side, and you kind of scooch across?
Oh, the shimmy. Yeah, of course. I could do the shimmy.
I'll give you a boost. Come on.
That was me and the giant laughing together, or the Goliath.
Perfect.
Okay, who's crossing first?
Do
I'm
we
holding the
do we
tree
leave?
again.
You're holding the tree. I love that you're doing that.
Right.
You're holding the tree. The rope's still there.
I'll cross.
Okay.
Yeah, go on, Ham. You got this, bud.
You cross
Hey.
without incident.
Thanks, Robin. I appreciate it.
Do you cut the rope?
No,
Okay.
I just wait.
Okay.
But I am going to be very, very cautious of perhaps giant freaking spiders.
Okay.
coming to
Make
eat
a
my
perception
face.
check.
All right.
A 9. There are no spiders.
Well, it had to end sometime.
Everyone crosses without issue. Camille, as you bring in the rear, you also cross without any incident. You have made this a secure passage. Now here, you'll see the dead mosquito birds to the north, and you'll see the dead spiders to the south. Which way do you go?
Well, the weight of the spiders is how we got there. So the spiders is the way we go.
Okay.
As we're walking along, I would like to just ask Gaff. Gaff, have you heard of anything, perhaps a blue mist that makes people see things? Is that something you've heard about in your books?
He is so happy, cheery-go-lucky right now, just loving this. And he's going to say, you know, it's been 23 years since I've been an adventurer, and this is more than I've ever experienced. Sorry, what did you say about the Blue Man group? Fantasy. Blue Man.
No, never mind. And I just keep going.
Okay. And you keep going, and the path is clear. There are no spiders. You make your way just to where it bends to the south. And if everyone can please hold their drinks up. Camille, would you please give me a wisdom saving throw?
Oh, cool, man. Yeah.
Yes.
Let's go.
These always go well for me.
Not bad, Camille. Not bad. You are not going to see anything weird. Although you do kind of hover around that area for a bit, just almost expectantly to see what's going on. But no, the way is clear. And you're with your party. Everything is fine and dandy. There's nothing to fear.
Good.
Now, as you get to this location, Gaff's going to step in and say, "Is this sacred ground? What is all of this?" And he sees just little bits of remnants of bones that didn't dissolve. He smells the moisture of the moss and fungus to the south. And he walks around and he's looking around and he's just so excited by everything. And then he walks into this room. What is this? This thing is amazing. What is it?
Oh, don't you be touching that. It could be lead problems. It'll lock up your arms and shock you right to your bones. So all you need to know is that it's nice.
Robin
Giants the
closes
other
the door
direction.
behind.
There is no door. It's just an archway.
Oh,
Don't do it.
Robin
I
stands
know
in front of the door.
Gaff's dead. Don't do it, please.
I minor illusion a door and I slam it.
He will walk through it. All right, and he won't touch anything. He says, "I understand that we're here for a giant. Show me."
This way, and I gesture to the other door archway thing.
Okay. Now, as you come out into this area, you're going to notice that there's a little bit of different architecture. There's been a few more stones thrown here. And as you look at the edge where the giant was, as you come kind of down and around that corner, you'll see that there is a big boulder that's kind of placed there. Now it's big enough for you to kind of crawl over. Hamish may have a hard time unless he gets some help, but it looks like he's barricaded it.
Rude.
Can't imagine why.
I'm going to turn to Gaff and be like, all right, it's this way. And I cast jump on myself.
Oh, no. You didn't take that because they bullied you, did you?
So I cast jump on myself.
He avoids the question.
Okay.
And also the boulder.
That is right.
You solved my boulder puzzle.
I sure
He goes
did.
fantasy
You
Mario.
spent a whole spell on it. Okay.
I regret nothing. And I jump over the boulder, sliding through the top gap because I'm small like that.
Yeah. Okay. You're not very stealthy doing this.
Oh no.
You land on the other side,
Oh,
splitting the
no.
party. What are the rest of you doing before I kill Hamish?
I turn to the group. Hamish is dead.
You're not wrong. Oh no.
Can I have Savvy try to bound up after him?
Yes, you can with an acrobatics check.
That would be great.
Yeah, I will. I will also start making my way up.
Oh man, I love it. It's like you're on your ship again. Just leaps and bounds, you slide over. Now, as you're also doing that here, Mercy, this giant.
Yeah, that tracks.
This giant has kind of put all the pieces of the stones together, but you'll see that the black statue to the north is now mixed with black and white, and same as the statue to the south, it is also mixed with both black and white. And what once were these beautiful statues of these, or sculptures of these women that look like goddesses, they're now obviously crushed from its own swinging of its hammer, its chisel, by being scared. It does notice you, and it is going to scream. And as it screams in fear, you're going to hear Gaff say, "Don't say a word. Stand still for a moment." Meanwhile, Mercy, you jump and you reach the top of the stone, and you begin to slide backwards, and you land on your feet.
Yeah, that tracks.
You didn't make it over the rock. Okay, and with the help of Robin, you're able to slide up and over. You're able to kind of shimmy across the top. You can't stand up on top of this rock, not enough room, but you can slide over to the other side if you want. Okay, Robin, you also managed to make it over with the 13.
We found the DC. Minigame solved.
You did solve the minigame. Gaff is going to heap up and over, and he's going to stand here. Camille, you're left behind.
Camille's dead.
Camille, no.
Wasn't me this time.
Camille, no, please no, Camille.
Your quads failed you.
Camille, you're
Not
gonna
the first time.
you're gonna need a boost. You slide back down.
Well, there's a problem with that.
Gaff said not to say anything, so
So you don't say anything. You just
I'll-
stand there.
I'm waiting, I guess.
Okay.
I'll message him after a while. I'll be like, "You coming, bud?"
I need help.
Oh, all right, I'm coming. I'll climb back over and I'll hold my arms down.
Okay.
Uppies.
It's so beautiful. You guys are so loud.
We are so good at climbing
I
over
do.
rocks.
While that was happening, I was actually like, with my journal, I was like writing to Gath, saying used tapping last time to try to communicate.
Okay. He'll look down at what you're reading, and then he is going to give you a nod. And as he gives you that nod, he's going to pull out his shield. Not his sword, but his shield. And he's going to slowly step up, and he doesn't wear any shoes, and he's walking very quietly. And then he's going to speak for the first time. And as he speaks, with your help, and I'm glad you did that, he's going to start to bang on the shield. And you're going to see the giant perk up, and he's going to scream out in that same fearful tone. And you can see he's going to pick up one of the pieces of the sculpture, and as he holds it up, Gaff is going to say something to him. And you're going to see he slowly puts the shield down, and Gaff's going to look at you. And then Gaff starts to talk towards you all in this giant voice. And you're going to see the giant slowly get up using his mace or chisel hammer as a stepping stick to get up. And as he stands up, he is going to walk forward. And you can see the blood is already dried on his head. He's got a huge open wound, and it's kind of bruised. He looks weaker than he did the first time. He looks very sad. But hearing this voice, he perks up and he kind of starts to walk towards you all, and you hear the doosh, doosh, as he walks. And in front of that, where you're standing, Mercy, that very giant, basically workstation has these tools that are the size of trees and logs. And you see the statue behind you is kind of covered in blood, and you could see he was kind of rubbing his hands over it with his bloodied fingers. And then it's going to speak back, and it shakes the entire room. It reverberates, and you see that Gaff takes a step backwards. And then he's going to continue to talk, and they're going to talk for what seems like forever before the giant walks towards you all and reaches a hand out. And it is one of those blind hands where he's just trying to feel. And Gaff is going to put his shield away, and he's going to walk up with his hand up. And as he does that, they're going to make contact. And it's the same contact that you had, Mercy, when you healed it. Gaff's going to put his hand up, and they're going to touch. And then Gaff's going to push the hand towards you. Mercy, what do you do?
Okay. I'm assuming he wants me to heal him again?
Do you ask that out loud?
I will say quietly, very, very quietly. Heal or just touch?
He believes that he is dreaming. And he believes that he is having a lucid dream. So to know that you are part of his dream, he must make contact.
Oh, so touch. Got it. I will touch.
Okay. You reach your hand up?
Yep.
Okay. With a heavy thud, he brings the hand down on yours, and when he feels yours, he kind of lets off a little bit, but then puts it back. Not enough to crush you, but he does definitely push you down a little bit. And then Gaff looks at the rest of you. Either stay quiet or be part of the conversation. Step forward. And he just gives you all the option to do whatever you feel you want to in this moment.
I'll step forward.
You step forward and you put your hand up, and the giant, feeling blindly, touches your hand and reaches down to your head even, and kind of pushes your head into your shoulders. And you're going to hear the Goliath speak to him. Gaff says something, and you're going to see a very big nod. And then the Goliath kind of takes his hand off and he keeps it out.
I'll go touch his hand.
Okay. Robin, you touch the hand. Same thing.
Remembering my pimp slap last time, I'm gonna wait for. I guess the only one that hasn't touched it is Savvy. Is that right?
Who's watching you? Yeah, she's waiting to see what you do.
I'm gonna look over at Savvy and kind of like angle my head towards the giant. And then I'm gonna walk up and reach my hand up to try and touch the giant.
Okay. The giant's hand comes down even further and eventually makes contact with you. And you're going to hear something. And the word that comes out of its mouth, you're going to see Gaff kind of smile and look, and he says, he recognizes that you're a dwarf.
It's nice to meet no one.
Savvy, do you touch the butt?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, yes, actually. So I move into a flanking position.
Damn it, I was not ready. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. She touches.
Holy moly, that's funny. So you reach up and it touches your hand and kind of backs off, and it's going to say another word. And Gaff will look at you and say, "It says that you're cold." And as the giant continues to talk to everyone, you're going to hear the giant pointing back at towards the statue. And then after that, the giant takes a step back and actually kneels down, sits on its feet. And then Gaff looks and says, "It has been exiled, kept away from its herd, its pack. It is trying to die, but it cannot. And it will remain alive until the ritual of its passing is complete. It is asking for us to complete that ritual so that it can die. It also said that someone spoke to it, startled it, and that it believed that the dead have come back. There are many dead here. You've seen them, you said. So has it. It is waiting to die. And as excited as I am to see it, I can't help but to feel sorry for it. For its kind do not die alone. But this one, for some reason, has been given that fate. It's best that we don't explain what's really happening to it and keep it in its dream state. The giant is going to lean back against the stone, and I need Camille to make a religion check. Okay. As you look at the stone, the woman's face, you're going to recognize that the same symbols on the top and bottom of the sculpture are the same that are on your tabard even. And those are the ones of the leaf and the fig, or the feather and the fig leaf, sorry. And these represent the same gods that the Lafate Kingdom people do to the north. The god of Leola and the god of Chiansi. And this symbol, this face, is a literal representation of it, if you will. And you can't help but immediately connect to it and realize that essentially you and this stone giant have that connection. What are you all doing? Or saying, rather?
Absolutely nothing.
Mercy is going through her things, kind of mumbling to herself, being like, I don't think I have a poison that could kill a giant. So that's what she's doing.
I'm gonna. Oh, sorry, Robin.
So we've come back around to killing the guy. Kind of full circle situation here.
Are you insinuating that you were right the whole time? Is that what you're doing right now, Robin? Is that the card you're pulling?
I'm not saying that I told you so, but I am heavily applying it.
I'm gonna whisper to Gaff and say, can I ask him why he was trying to move the stone back there? And I kind of gesture to the giant face carving on the wall.
Yeah. He'll talk to it, and they do talk again, and he'll say, desperation. It yearns to be back with its people, but there's a reason why it can't be, and it won't tell me. This thing will die, but it will not move on to the next life. It'll become part of whatever other spirits are trapped in this place. It's God. It's what it's carving, and what it's doing is in preparation for this ritual that involves decay and earth and stone and a burial. It is going to be buried here. And he kind of looks up at the ceiling. We are too close to Bear Spire. If its chiseling was causing the barn to fall at the Borealis Ranch, I can't imagine what bringing this place down would do to Bear Spire, but that doesn't mean we couldn't help it in other ways.
And what exactly do you suggest? Will he willingly let us do a mercy killing?
Your weapons aren't strong enough or sharp enough to pierce it. And we can't bring this place down. But if decay is what it wants, we can bring decay to it. He kind of shrugs.
The plants.
The plants. Do we feed?
We just leave a trail of fantasy champion leading to this cave. The plants will follow it right up to it.
Help me understand there, Mercy. Are you saying we feed him the mushrooms, or?
I'm not sure if that alone would be enough, but they could be a start. But I meant more as the moss and everything in the other room was already consuming Fantasy Champion when it was dying, when it was already dead. So what if we brought some of that plant here and...
Well, I mean...
go from there. I don't have any poison. I should have poison. I need to get poison.
You have ancient spiderweb, aka
And a blue
cobweb.
mush and a glowing mushroom.
You do have those glowing mushrooms.
I need that mushroom.
For science.
I need it for science.
Even if the mushroom is poisonous, like how much are we gonna have to bring him? He's pretty big.
Some of those mushrooms are pretty large.
How do we get one down here that's that big?
Difficultly.
We can cut pieces from that amazing jungle where we came down and we fought the fantasy animal, or the meat eater, the carnivorous plant. What did you call it?
Aubrey.
Yes. And then we can bring it here.
I may not understand any of this, or what it's doing, or what it wants. But how did it get here? shouldn't we try to answer that question? Who put
think-
it here? If it's in
I think-
exile, by who? Why? I don't know. This isn't really my thing. I'm not the talker. I'm not the plant person, but is it not weird to anybody? It's not supposed to be here, right? What? Right?
No, you're right. You're right.
And why did the earthquakes only just barely start?
Thank you.
Misadventuring 101, thank you for the raid and welcome to the show. And thanks for following. Welcome.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
That is a good question. Did it just recently start the ritual, or was it asleep, or
And don't get me wrong, if it wants decay, I understand. But maybe before that happens, we talk to it for a little bit. And she's gonna look to Gaff, almost as though you speak its language, like
you talk
do
to
the
this
talking
thing. Gaff is going to. He's gonna say, and at this point, he's put his weapons away, and he's gonna go and he's gonna touch the giant and say, "It came to the realization that this was going to be its final resting place. It has tried to get out. It has tried to move that big boulder, and this big boulder." He's carved it into the face of this goddess, the pillar here. And I can understand the rite of passage, and we must give this giant its rite of passage. Once it came to the realization, the tremors that we've been hearing are it preparing its final resting place. It ends in a dream, and it will not kill itself. It won't commit suicide, but it also will not starve. It will not die this way.
how long has he been here?
He begins to speak in giant, and this giant begins to boom back. And as it booms back, kind of shaking you all, it is going, or Gaff's going to say, it has been here for at least 3 months. The boulder was placed. He was separated from his herd, and in his blind and old feeble state, it was left to prepare. It has wounds. Perhaps we infect it.
Well, I have an idea that might be able to work. You remember the spiders that we fought the other day? Perhaps we can get some of their venom sacs and feed it to him that way.
Or we can find one of those giant rats that almost infected.
We're looking for something that can start or speed up the decaying process. It's part of its ritual. Not to be morbid, because this is not what the Church of Creation believes is the rite of passage for death, or birth for that matter, but this is something that requires maggots, flies, worms, decay.
And I understand that I may just be not inclined to understand its ways, nor do I pretend that my way should be its. However, I struggle to say that I can participate in such a thing. This does not seem right to me. It does not sit well with me. I leave it to you.
Gaff is going to walk around this creature, and the creature looks in that direction as he's walking around, but he continues to sit there on his feet, and Gaff will examine the stone. Perhaps we can set it free. As long as it's not here under Bearspire. Bearspire is safe. I can't move this, but it would take a village. As he looks at just the sheer size of this stone that was now carved into the face of this woman.
You said that face was a pillar. What pillar was he carving a face of?
He was carving... Wait for it.
That's the sound of a question that
Well-
should be asked. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it's
Well, that
one
there, I
That's
believe,
key information.
that there, I believe, is that's Liao and Xian Shi.
No, the face.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Is that because the symbols there? You got the fig and the feather, and that's those two respectively. I think it's in some way supposed to symbolize both of them.
Gaff is going to say he's right. Qianxi is the goddess underneath the pillar of entropy.
I said that wrong. I'm sorry.
No, you're right. That is the god. But above the god is the pillar. One of the creators of this world, and its name is Tabis.
Savvy, I understand what she's saying, but this creature is very old and wants to die. I imagine it almost like a wounded animal. At this point, it's a mercy. No pun intended, mercy. At this point, it's a mercy to put it down, I think.
I'm gonna go get the moss.
I perhaps also check the rats up above. There might be some maggots and flies.
Yeah, the longer that they've been in this very now enclosed room, you've noticed that Mercy has become more and more uncomfortable.
Okay.
So she's like, okay, we're not doing anything. No, everyone's just standing there. I'm gonna go do something. So she's
If this knows I'm out.
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so
I didn't think that would come through. Sorry.
it did. It did.
It did.
So
Great.
you go back over the boulder and you go out there. What are you doing out there?
She's gonna take a moment and take a deep breath. But then realize that she's still underground. It's not helping.
Yeah.
So she waits to see if anyone follows her, but if they don't, she's gonna keep going.
Okay. And you keep going. How far are you planning on going?
I'm just gonna look at the moss.
You're gonna go all the way to the entrance, the beginning.
Wait, is she? Are you alone right now?
She
Yeah.
Solo.
Okay, no, I'm going a buddy system. We determined this. I'm with you.
Okay. Good. Buddy system.
Accurate.
Okay, so Camille and Hikaru go wandering off. You're going back to the entrance, the hole?
Yeah, I mean, she may look for the spider nightmare fuels, but knowing that it's been at least 24 hours of decay at this point, that the venom sacs would probably be useless at this point.
So the dead spiders are there, as are the dead mosquito birds, the sturges.
Mm-hmm.
And because it's been 24 hours, like rigor mortis has kicked in, their bellies are starting to bloat. They are showing signs of death, but
Gross.
no maggots, no flies. Well, actually a couple flies have made their way down here. No plants though. No moss or fungus. It didn't get this far in. Do you collect the dead?
Collect them on the way back. That way I don't have to carry them all the way there, because the moss might accidentally eat them, and I don't need that.
Oh, so you're getting moss at the beginning and then the dead on the way back.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. So you get back to the place where you killed that awesome plant. And then
And now that there is fresh air, she takes another very long breath.
Yeah, you scrape some moss just off the rocks, and you come back, and you all will see Mercy and Camille come back with the moss and these dead creatures. And Gaff will look at you and kind of give a nod. If this is what we are going to do, we can do it while it lives, or we can help kill it. And it is not going to fight. This is part of its ceremony and ritual.
So we've given up on the freeing it thing.
If we want to free it, we'll need a lot of rope and a lot more people than this.
Well, don't you have a whole church up there? And you could say, hey, instead of mass, we're gonna pull some rope, and it'll be a whole worship thing.
The community service and whatnot.
Yeah.
If
Give him back.
The pillar of creation and the pillar of entropy do work together. In the circle of life. Sing it with me. I'm just kidding.
It's a
Fantasy circle of life.
Thank you. Yeah.
We. So, if that's what you want to do, we have to be very careful with who finds out about this. But yes, if you can help me, we can do that.
What if we just throw a big tarp over him and he just sits in the corner?
What is that going to do?
Well, we just say, hey guys, we found a thing. We need to move it. And then we hide him.
You mean get him out of here, like out of the hole? It won't fit. He's too big.
No, he just sits in that corner over where Savvy's standing. We put a big tarp over him.
You remember that it's dreaming. This is very much its dream. I don't think in its dream it'd want to have a tarp over it. But
Well, one wouldn't think in its dream it'd want to die. I mean, nothing makes sense.
No,
When
you
I'm
ever-
dreaming...
as
Oh, go ahead.
as someone who, in a way, worships the pillar, I do think this is perhaps the most merciful thing we can do. It's his time. He knows it. He wants to be let go. His kin, they've already exiled him. They've already made the choice. He just hasn't been able to make his.
Well, just because you're kicked out of your group, doesn't mean that you're not worth anything anymore. You can still be good and help people.
I don't.
Aye.
that made me sad, Robin.
Dude, right
Yeah.
there in the fields.
Going back to remembering how he had said that he had been here for only 3 months, but carved an entire face into a stone. That looks like it would take a very long time. Can I tell, like, just the room itself, just does it look like it's only been 3 months, the amount of wear and tear for him to be here, or does it look like it's been longer?
I would like to help her with stone cutting. I would like to do it.
Yes.
That's perfect.
Thanks for the follow, RPG Nerdyverse. Yes, that does magically explain it. Although this thing is old and blind, it's still very capable, and stone giants are amazing at this. And maybe in the beginning it didn't cause the tremors, but when it got to the big chunks and it was throwing those big stones all the way through to the hallway behind you, that is probably what's causing all the tumors, as it was breaking the doorway and just hurling all these stones. It worked fast, and probably in a fit of rage, as it was realizing that it's not going to die the way it wants to. It's close to the surface, and essentially it's been discarded. He's been discarded, sorry.
So yes, it has been only 3 months.
It has been 3 months, yes.
That means there's other giants out there.
I say we give him the rest he wants, but I'll go with the group on this one.
Gaff will talk to him again, and in the big booming voice he'll respond, and Gaff will turn to you and say, if we can free it, it understands it will not go and rejoin its pack. But it will find its death deep, deep below us, below the mountains, away from here. If you're willing to chance telling others about this, then that is what we'll do.
Yeah, that's what I would recommend. Just to circle back to the whole putting a tarp over him. If he thinks he's dreaming, when I'm sleeping, I like to be curled up in a blanket. So, I mean, I don't feel like that's a hard pitch, you know?
I asked, he said no.
Well,
Well, to be
okay.
fair, what's the worst that happens? The villagers attack him and he dies.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like somebody line that out for me. So our options are twofold. We can kill him or free him. And if something goes wrong with this one, it results in people just doing the first option.
Yeah, it's a win-win. Well, for everyone except the giant.
If it's
And
not
possibly
done in a sensitive
other
matter.
people,
Sorry, go ahead, Mercy.
and possibly other people might get harmed as well. They try to take things into their own hands.
And that is exact. I mean, again, I don't pretend to be the one who is advocating for this position. But do we really want to invite the town down here? I don't. We came down here to find a plant with teeth today. Is that really something that we want risk the other members of Bearspire finding? Do we really want them to be exposed to whatever those spiders were? That seems, again, giant aside, I don't know that seems like a worthwhile risk.
Now, Savvy, I know you had sort of the first person perspective in that plant fight, but I mean, watching you go, so long as you're there, I don't really consider that much of a risk.
that's flattering. But there is a difference between looking out for yourself and looking out for a town. There's a difference between ensuring that you're not eaten and ensuring that a town is not eaten. I can't ensure that a town is not eaten. I can't watch after a dozen people. I can watch after
Mercy.
1, 2.
Puts the like the moss and all the stuff on the table because she doesn't want to hold it anymore.
She drops the dead spiders.
No. Yeah. Savvy, you're right. I think you and Ham have turned me around a little bit. I had a dog growing up that he got so old he just kind of stopped eating, and I think that's kind of the situation.
And don't get me wrong, I don't want to take that and put it in its wounds. That it's not a gross factor. It's I don't know that I can do that. It's different in my mind. I don't know how to explain it, but that doesn't sit well with me. But if it wants to die, I am of a mind to let it. I just don't want to facilitate that. That feels different to me. It was one thing when I thought that it was trying to bring down the city and that we'd be paid a lot of money to stop it from doing that. I'm just going to say that little... I think that's a reasonable perspective. But when I think about it now, if it's just trying to find its peace, I don't know that I want to stop it.
I hate to be the bearer of harsh truths, but it's either free it or facilitate it. Sounds like he's not going to make it happen himself.
And I understand that. I guess what I'm really saying is, I cannot facilitate it.
I can.
Understood.
I will also help Mercy, if that's all right with you.
Well, if we're not going with the big tarp over him, I think I'll go wait in the hall with Mercy.
Garth looks and says, "We need 12 people. I know 12. And if we can truly free this thing with no harm to Bearspire or the people that would be risking their lives to save this, then we do it. And if it promises that it doesn't come back here, but rather goes back somewhere, then so be it. We're free of it. If things get out of hand, if in its dream state it becomes to think that this is a nightmare, it is going to be near impossible to kill it without many casualties. If it gets spooked, if it does not like what's happening, the people will need to introduce themselves into its dream that they're here to facilitate it. If it goes awry, it could be a lot worse. But again, if the Church of Creation has a chance to interact with such a fine creature of another pillar, imagine what we can learn from it in the short time that we have with it. I can talk to it. It is not going to die from starving, and is not going to die from sitting here. It is done with its preparations besides the final one.
And what is that? What is the final preparation?
He'll look at the dead creatures that Mercy brought. that it dies and returns to the stone and to the earth. That the decaying process is natural and fast. And hopefully that it's not alone during that process. I will be here with it every step of the way.
Hey, Gaff. It sounds like we're still fleshing things out here, but if we're gonna be talking about helping this man on his merry way to the afterlife, could you ask his name?
He turns and he looks at the giant. It's hard to pronounce with your tiny vocal cords, so maybe Robin will do this for you. As he looks at Robin, the name is Zebfer. And you really want it rumbling in your pecs. Zebfer.
Zebfer.
Zipfer.
Zebby.
Thank you.
We call them the Zebsters.
Well, we named it. Now we can't kill it.
Oh no!
Loophole.
Well, you
Loophole.
killed your family pet.
Hey, thanks for
No, we
the-
just sent him to a farm upstate.
Thanks for the follow. Let me see if I can pronounce this. How my prerequisites? Hold my prerequisites. How my prerequisites? Welcome. Very well. We have time.
Right. But if it doesn't work out, we give him the rest.
He
Is
turns.
that fair?
The giant kind
Have
of
we asked
nods.
the giant which one it would like better?
I suppose not.
I haven't asked that question specifically.
Can we?
Sure. And he kind of comes back around to this side of the room. I see Savvy kind of stepping backwards.
Yeah.
Everyone's taking a step back. Yeah, okay.
I would probably phrase it as a would you rather
Would you rather?
having the articles needed for decay within your interest, would you rather take that step, or would you rather have us find more dreamers to try and open the rock? That's the best I
No,
got.
I see what you're saying there. It's brilliant. And he clears his throat, and then he asks the question, "Would you rather?" And as Gaff the Goliath speaks to Zebfer the giant, this is where we're gonna call it for the night.
Next, can we ask the giant about kill, marry, fuck? Who would?
Kill, marry, fuck.
No, I do, because obviously we're gonna be jealous of Robin afterwards, and I can't deal with that blow to my ego. So no.
Dude, I wasn't ready for that comment from Robin.
Which one?
The one where it's
That's a good question.
like just because you're kicked out of a group
Yeah.
doesn't mean you lost
Oh,
your
yeah.
value.
Yeah, that's right.
It's like,
Yes.
oh my goodness.
It's on site, Carl. It's on site.
Awesome. Thanks again for playing cast. Amazing job, Soren and Hayden. If you're on, unmute. because I want to clap for you. That was so fun. Your halftime show. Good job.
Yay.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much.
You're so welcome, and welcome to the latest followers. We are doing fantastic. As a matter of fact, I wanted to announce we hit affiliate. We hit the metrics. So
Really?
we did. So thanks everyone for that. There's gonna be some cool stuff that we get to play with next week. Balmy
Hopefully.
Prerequis, RPG Nerdiverse, Misadventuring 101. Thank you so much for the late follows. And that's all we have. We're so happy. If you haven't followed, please do. We also have a Discord. We have a TikTok. We have a YouTube where we're going to post this session in a little bit. If you missed anything, feel free to jump in and catch up. And thanks to the players. Bravo. All right. That's it, guys. Ciao for now.
Thank you guys.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Good night. Stick around for a raid. I have someone.